welcome to Quackalope. Today we are bringing you another gameplay of Destinies, and this time it's the Witchwood expansion, which is their newest expansion coming to Gamefound very shortly.
Yeah, this is going to be a full reprint and expansion for all of those that have watched us play through some of the harder to get scenarios, because Shira and I have really enjoyed the game over the last year or so. If you find a video about a year and a half ago when I first discovered Destinies, I might have been slightly excited. Yeah. Do you remember that? I think we were playing it together back then.
Yeah.
And like the degree to which this story-driven, app-driven game blew my mind is verifiable. That being said, we're insanely excited to dive into Witchwood. We've explored most of the other expansions. Yeah. We've enjoyed playing this, both solo and 2-player off camera. 3-player...
I've never played.
Well, not our preferred way to play, is going to open up more of the narrative routes and potentially, you know, with some of the new mechanics they have here in Witchwood, introduce some interesting variables into the mix. So we're going to be running with the 3 characters they gave us, the full 3-player experience, and this is going to be the first of 4 scenarios in this standalone expansion. Not standalone, in this expansion. You need the base game to play, and I think every other module, I think there's 3 other core modules. There's the Sands, there's the... Island, which is like the Mystic Pass or something like that. There's the base game, and then I think there's one more.
I think we only have 3 boxes downstairs.
3 full set scenarios. Either way, I actually think Witchwood so far kind of looks the coolest. It's all about sort of the magic of the forest and twisting things beyond their nature.
It's got some neat, interesting new rules in like a tiny little pamphlet that sounds like things are going to be very twisty and very weird and spooky, and we're gonna have to figure this out.
That being said, we haven't played this yet because honestly we wanted to record our first experience with this game. We're familiar enough with Destinies to just kind of dive in, so you're going to be journeying through this alongside of us. West has never played before at all.
Never once.
So we'll give him an opportunity to give you his honest feedback at the end of this video.
Sweet. I look forward to that.
I'm already a big fan of Destinies. I do think there are some highs and lows. I think we've done a dedicated review back before. But if this is one that's been striking your interest or striking your fancy, if you love narrative adventure games and you don't mind or want to use probably some of the best app-driven stuff we've seen, Lucky Duck and the Destinies system is blowing out of the water.
It neither takes away from the table presence nor makes you entirely focused on the app. It's a very good hybrid of the two.
It's a good mix. I do find Destinies is a little more app focused than it is tabletop focused, but the app is so good and so immersive. I don't mind that at all, because it's usually my player board and then the app that I'm focused on.
And I think West has played Dark Quarter, which is similar in this genre. It is also by Lucky Duck Games, but it is more of a detective and cooperative situation with another app-based game. And so it's slightly different, but in the same genre as well. So he does have some background. Shall we
start the story? What is what's the title here?
Midsummer Rites.
Fires burn bright. Fernflower has bloomed. In the darkness of the forest, your destiny awaits.
Official flavor text readings are being provided in the core game by our very own Wes Todd. Despite him having no experience with this game, Lucky Duck did go ahead and hire him based off of other videos we've seen. So you're going to hear his lovely voice in just a moment.
Normal mode.
Oh, what are the other modes?
There's like
Solo
a hard mode.
And hard.
Yeah.
Bonfires burn bright during the shortest nights of the year, bringing with them feasting, songs, and joy. On nights like these, the creatures of the forest creep closer to human dwellings. Shadows at the edge of the light, whispers when the music passes. You know they're there, watching. Bound by ancient pacts, these creatures will do you no harm. Not unless you stray from the path. For the darkness beneath the trees is their domain, and in their lands the only law is their fickle will. You know these things, and yet the night still draws you in. Your fate lies beyond the firelight, for you have heard that the legendary fernflower has bloomed again. The one who finds it shall have their dearest wish granted, anything their heart desires. Only the boldest or most desperate would stray into the woods to seek it out. But you will try anyway, won't you?
Well, yes, we will.
I'm not going into the woods.
No?
Nope.
Okay.
City boy there.
I refuse. We're playing with everyone.
You're playing with...
I'm playing as the bride, a lovely maiden who is destined to be married, let's say, against her deepest desires.
I'm playing as the broken, and I look like a badass Pocahontas.
That's fair. That's a good description. And my princeling, who are you playing?
I am playing William Thorne III, who is also known as the Brave.
What's my actual name? Where'd you see your actual name?
I
He
made
made
it
it
up.
up.
I
Oh.
said it with confidence, and you believed me.
Yes. We do have some flavor text on the back of our cards that we can read, but then our destinies are to be kept secret.
You shouldn't really read that flavor text too much. You should give an abstracted version of that flavor text so you don't give away what your destinies might be, is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Right, we were playing with everybody.
Me. Don't
The bride.
The bride.
You need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You need 12 of these.
12 of them. Please read the said numbers out to me. Now, what we are doing here is we are installing
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
into various locations my personal
Okay.
skills.
On your intelligence track.
And I'm very intelligent.
That's your best track. 4,
4,
7,
7,
8,
18,
and 11.
and 11.
On your dexterity track, which is your
So
green
dexterous.
track. 5,
5,
7,
7,
10,
24,
and 11.
and 13.
And on your red power track, it's going to be
1.
5,
Okay.
9,
2.
10,
I'm so powerful.
and 11.
Ooh, I at least have 4 and everything.
Standard setup. Take 1 coin, which I have given you.
the
Exhaust
coin.
all of your dice. Your character bonus. Refresh one of your dice.
My character bonus is to refresh one of my dice.
You get it first.
I will do that.
All right. The Brave. Standard setup. Would you like to take 12 tokens out for yourself as well? You're more dexterity focused.
All right.
On your intelligence track, you have 5, 9,
Not very
10.
smart.
11,
Is what- you're
Very
saying.
so intelligent, Wes.
So
Dexterity.
smart.
4,
Yes.
6,
Yes.
10,
Oh my goodness.
11.
That's so dexterous.
Power is 5,
Oh, so
7,
powerful.
10, and 12.
What?
You,
How am I not more powerful than the bride?
You're kind of weak and stupid, but very dexterous, my prince.
Strong back, weak mind. That's what they always tell me.
I bet that I am going to have the best power.
Wes, we're role-playing here. It's not your...
You also get to refresh one of your dice as a character bonus. The Broken.
Sure,
Yep,
Javen.
I am the best at power. We're
Really?
usually all balanced enough.
She's very violent. You're going to be 5, 7, 10, 11. Then your dexterity. 5, 8, 9, and 12. Then your power. 3, 4, 2.
He is completely wrong.
She was not following me either way. I noticed she was not paying attention to me by the time I started reading the second set of
Did
numbers.
every player take their starting items and set their skills?
We didn't get starting
We
items.
didn't get starting items. Are they on our card?
I didn't see any items on my
We
card.
might not have starting items. I'm not sure. You could try to go through it again. You could hit no. We may not have starting items. Character bonus. Refresh
I don't
1.
see
Okay.
any.
Go to the next one.
Okay.
I didn't
Yes.
see any.
Game progress is saved automatically. Okay.
Hey, it's going to show us how to set up the map. So terrain tile. What?
I'm giving you the pile to start handing
Thank
to
you.
me.
Well, kind.
301 face up as indicated. All right. The village of Hearthfire, your home. Ominous Woods, 320, please.
320. Madam.
A well-traveled path leads north, 305.
305.
The village elder, would you like to find him? Stands by the bonfire over
Do
there.
you see a village elder? He should have the axe on his back there.
We definitely do not have said village elder.
I think that might be your character. No?
No, that's definitely my character. There's definitely no gentleman.
I have a lot of miniatures from the base game. I was not sure if we needed them or not.
I'm gonna guess we need them.
So let's go ahead and see.
Anyone who's toting an axe. That's definitely you.
An axe-toting village
Gentleman?
elder person. I mean, let's call this guy a village elder. He's more of a hammer man, but
Sure.
I think that'll work.
Okay.
Okay?
I'll stand by there. The elder stands by the bonfire, and he oversees the summer rites with satisfaction.
Ooh, lovely.
Do we need one of these tokens or anything?
No, not
Village
yet.
shrine.
Village shrine.
Grab one of those tokens.
Purple tokens.
Yep. And
The bride. Day 1.
It is your
Refresh
turn.
a die. So I'm gonna pop myself down here onto the board. By the way, we are 100% working with a prototype copy of this game. So things might change. And another cool thing that I didn't realize had existed, but I want to do a video on it. They've opened up the opportunity for people to build their own scenarios in Destiny. So there's a whole part of the app now that's called fan-made scenarios, where they have their own storyline, their own progression you go through.
That's cool.
It's pretty neat.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty neat. Okay, refresh and effort die. Sure, if you would hit OK for me. She's busy taking notes, which does not
We all start on the
help for the person running the iPad.
here.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
We've got a village elder. We've got the village shrine. I could also go ahead and move into the ominous forest or up into
The path.
the
Because you can move
pathway.
2 spaces, correct?
Yes, not diagonally, but he can move one step over, and discovering new areas finishes your movement, and then he gets
Yeah,
one interaction.
I would like to go over to the ominous forest.
Okay.
Immediately.
You are exploring 320. Yes.
Okay, what does it say?
An ancient creature watches over this part of the woods. You should tread carefully.
Look at the artwork.
Okay. Wolves feasted here recently. Fallen
Okay.
prey.
Fallen prey. What else?
Guardian of the woods has made his home here.
Okay. It's pretty cool.
And that's it.
I want to go to the fallen prey, I think.
Okay.
What is it I'm trying to do?
Anything I'm
Oh,
not.
never mind. I'm going to go talk with the evil creature.
With the evil creature, with the guy there?
Yeah.
Okay, so you are going to him. Lasovic. You're visiting the Lasovic.
You denied permission to access your camera. The app requires camera access to scan the codes. If you don't allow the access to your camera, then you won't be able to play. Please make sure to allow the access. Okay. Yes.
Moss covers...
I thought it was telling me I was, like, denied to talk to the big
I know,
creature.
so did I. And I was
For the
like...
first half of that sentence, I was like, what did I do? I didn't mean it.
Moss covers the ancient trees as you follow the path few humans dare. There are wolves around you, just beyond the cover of leaves and shadows, watching, guarding. You reach a clearing surrounded by impenetrable
West could do
thicket.
some of the reading, too, if you'd like.
There he waits, ancient beyond measure, the guardian of the forest. He says nothing, waiting for you to speak.
Okay?
What would you
I'm
like
going
do?
to do the only thing I can do, which is examine my surroundings.
Yeah, you have nothing to bring as a gift.
Your leg.
I'm
That
doing
can be a gift.
I'm doing all of them.
Okay.
Ooh, okay. So that's 4, 5, and 1 natural success. That'll be 2 successes that I have.
2.
That feels pretty good.
Gain 1 experience.
What's it say?
Rest read.
Assorted rituals, items, and ancient weapons litter the ground, half covered in moss. You take note of several paths hidden in the undergrowth. If there's ever a need to leave the glade quickly, you are prepared.
Refresh one of your dice.
Yep.
Gain 1 experience. Hope that gave you all the information you wanted.
We did, Wes. There's a lot of reading in this game, and Shira has a habit of not wanting to read the readings.
I'm happy to read the readings whenever necessary.
Are you done?
Yeah.
And turn. The
I
brave.
wish I wasn't done, though. I would have
William Thorne III the Brave.
Refresh a die.
I will refresh my second die. Fantastic.
All right. Now, what would you like to do?
I need to visit the village shrine, please.
Okay.
Seems like a wonderful place for a brave man like myself.
Ooh, what a brave man.
The crowd of celebrants is kept at bay by a ceremonial guard, the best warriors among your kin. Few are allowed before the shrine today, and only if they bring a worthy offering. I don't have any offerings. I don't have 7 gold. I could speak with the guards, I can dance with others, or I can listen to local rumors. I will dance with others. I'm very dexterous.
You are the most of the dexterous.
I'm using all of my dice.
Okay.
I have
Wow.
3 successes.
2 full successes and then another hitting at 4. Yeah, 3 successes. That was a
3
great,
full successes.
That was a great roll.
I am very fleet-footed.
You remember this core system from Dark Quarter, right?
I sing and I dance and I drink with my friends and kin. For a moment, I forget about my task ahead. But soon, too soon, I must be on my way. I refresh one of my die, and I gain mead. Number 302, please.
Card 302, Mead. This is going to be an ability card. Go ahead and take a look at what that does.
Oh my. After an opponent on the same tile uses discard power of an item, you gain that item.
Oh, that's nice.
You get to swindle them in a way.
They drink my fabulous mead.
What else would you like to do?
Oh, you can still do stuff.
I could speak with guards. They have seen me be very fleet-footed. Although I'm not very intelligent, I might say the wrong thing.
It's my card. I'm allowed to check it and figure out my
I'm going to speak
plan.
with the guards. Let's speak with guards. Oh, so smart. I have 2 successes.
Wow.
Barely.
2.
This is a special time, says the guard. Only the most valuable sacrifices can be offered today, and only the wealthiest are allowed before the shrine. But it may be worth it for this a powerful one. There are many others across the wood, but they're either dormant or abandoned. You won't find a shrine better than ours. I get to refresh a die.
Our shine's the best. I don't believe them. Wow, you can still do stuff.
I'm going to listen to local rumors, because I am poor, but very brave. An old pack forbids bringing weapons of iron or steel into the woods. Not that such mundane materials could hold an enchantment anyway. Refresh one of my die. And now I will end my turn in Pauper's prison.
You need a lot of gold.
Yeah.
The broken.
Oh boy. I'm gonna go to the village elder.
You're not going to dance with me?
No, I'm not as dexterous or green. The summer rites are in full swing. The elder watches over the celebrations with a satisfied smile. Another good year, it would seem. As you approach, he waves at you to come closer. Hello, warrior, he says in his booming voice. Will you be the one to win the contest this year?
Hello, warrior.
Going to ask him about my quest.
She's gonna ask him about her quest. Yeah. Gotta go farther away.
The elder ponders your questions. Some say spirits lure the unwary to their doom on the path that leads to the deep waters. Okay. But for the other thing you seek, Hearthfire is the home to the most powerful shrine, but you must pay well to be granted access to it. What was the first word he said? Deep
water.
Deep water?
Shear's a note taker. She doesn't remember stories in the same way I do.
No, I'm very visual and I need words. He's very pictorial with his imagination. So
some would call that visual, but you use that word to describe yourself, which ruined the possible definition of me.
It did. Thanks. All right.
The summer rites are in full swing.
Like when you heard the word
same text.
when you heard the word deep water,
Yeah.
you probably saw the words deep water.
I saw the letter D.
Okay. When I hear the word deep water, I literally saw like a wooded path going to a water that went from like a cool blue down to like a dark black. That's how I remembered it.
That's so weird.
Do you wish to
Do
ask
the
about the
contest?
contest?
Yes.
Each year, we choose the one most adept at reading the forest paths. The first one to reach Ashes, the village far to the east, and return will be allowed to wield the golden knife for a year.
Ooh.
Bring me the priestess's wreath as proof, and you will be named the winner.
So he wants a wreath, a priestess wreath. Priestess. And I'm sure you just imagined a wreath.
I wasn't
Very
listening.
pretty one.
Oh! I don't have a wreath!
But you can look at the golden knife.
And I don't have... Oh, I could look at the golden knife. That is right.
Surrounded by candles and flowers, the golden blade gleams in the firelight. You've heard all the stories of its creation, of the enchantments that the witches put on it to fight the creatures of the forest before pact between man and woods was forged. Will it be your turn to wield it this year? Refresh one of your die.
Oh, she's got too many die.
Too many die.
Yeah, but I have nothing to do it with. I'm going to be refreshing one by my next turn.
No. That's it.
All right. So there's a contest out to the east. Yes,
Please
the bride.
move me down to the corpse.
Refresh a die.
Yep, always.
You going to the fallen prey?
Yes, ma'am. West Todd.
Eerie lights flicker in the shadows surrounding the glade. A deer carcass, mostly devoured, lies on the grass.
Delicious.
Its antlers slick with blood. By the red trail disappearing into the woods, it is clear that not all of the assailants were left unscathed. The ghostly silhouette of a wolf watches you for a moment, then disappears where the trail leads.
That is your neck?
That was very loud.
Yeah.
Don't do that. That's
It
bad.
feels good.
You can follow the trail or
I would-
examine the carcass.
I would like to follow the trail.
Without information.
I'm going to move this one down by 1.
Spending his experience,
my experience.
point. You get to move one thing 2 places, or
Oh,
two
one
of them
thing, 2
one
places.
place. You get to make 2 movements.
Yeah, I'm moving that down to 5 then. Okay, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're going to talk 3 successes right now, Shira.
Nice.
Confirm. The ghostly wolf stands before you, keeping its distance. Its form flickers, and its glow illuminates the dark forest, but it looks as alert as any live animal.
Okay.
Do you want to charm the ghost?
I don't have anything to charm it with.
Examine the carcass.
Man, I sadly will examine the carcass, but... okay. I should be able to get 2 successes on this at least. Yeah,
5.
perfect.
It died fighting, that much is clear. You can't help but respect the brave and noble beast. While most of the meat is devoured, there are still some you could potentially salvage. Take the meat, or leave it as an offering to the forest spirit.
I'm going to leave it as an offering.
Okay. This is the hunter's wood. Here you must earn your rewards. You leave meat for the forest master, and as you do, the dark woods feel more welcoming.
Nice. I don't think I can charm it. Let's go ahead and try, though. Charm the ghost. Let's see if this does anything.
This is not it. Maybe a charm could help you bind the spirit.
Oh, wow.
It's as if it was asking for something very specific.
Not just myself.
Right.
Yeah, I'm very charming, though.
Brave, refresh.
Oh, William Thorne III.
Where would you like to go?
I would like to go north.
Okay.
You know his nickname was the Groin.
It is pronounced, it's a silent G. It's just Ron.
The Oin.
Exploring at tile 305.
Just Ron.
Just Ron.
Just the Ron.
Just Ron.
Would you like to read?
Yes. A path leads straight ahead. Behind the line of torches, the ominous woods await. Ooh. They're so ominous. The path leads to a neighboring village.
That's it.
And a neighboring village I shall go.
Ooh.
The path leads to the village of Deep Waters. It is wide, well-traveled, and lined with candles in the days of summer. It is safe, at least for now. Unless you stray from this path. Hello there!
Hello there!
You are greeted by a traveler camping where your path begins. She looks, foreign.
Hello there.
I can stray from the path, I can speak with the traveler, or I can travel to the deep waters.
So this is one of the new things that is with Witchwood, is this symbol is going to be mazes, where there are alternative paths that you can take within the maze, and you need to remember what you're doing.
I will speak with this traveler because I am brave and slightly dim. She's clearly not from these parts, judging by her looks.
Hello, friend. Care to join me for a while? I don't have much, but if you want to spend the rest of your evening here, I have food to share.
Well, she sounds incredibly wonderful. I will have dinner. I am quite hungry and brave and handsome. She came a long way, exploring the world and its wonders, and she has many stories to share. You laugh at her fascination with the Witchwood's dangers, but her courage is clearly admirable. You say your farewells, and you gain some useful tips and a travel ration. I need to gain food.
Item 7.
And I gain one of these spiffy things.
Item 7?
That's going to be from our original game.
Number 7.
Silly me thinking I could find it in the new deck of cards. No. My thumb's too big for this. Oh, dearie-o. Don't worry, West. I'll find your food.
It might go bad by the
The
time I
numbers are in
receive
the
it.
bottom left corner.
Food.
Food, thank goodness.
Don't get that mixed up with the expansion, though, because I need my game to exist before.
Your turn ends.
Oh, very sad.
Lame.
Broken. Refresh a die. I have nothing to refresh.
Why can't it be my turn already?
No one wants your turn. Alright. We are going...
To dance. You're dancing, right? I can tell.
Yeah, we're gonna go visit the shrine. Yeah.
Oh, you're dancing.
Okay. I'm gonna listen to the local rumors. I don't need to refresh one of my dice. They say an old hag wanders the paths and encourage folks to search for the flower. Who is she? One of the witches.
You're talking to the old hag.
Alright. We're slightly better.
She seemed quite nice to me.
This. One. Alright. We're gonna try and dance.
6 and 1
So
success.
dancing.
2 successes.
2 successes.
Pretty good dancer.
Refresh one of your dice.
You only stepped on 2 people's
You
toes.
sing and dance and drink with your friends and kin. For a moment you forget about the task ahead, but soon, too soon, you must be on your way. Speak with the
No
guards.
need for her, though.
This is used. 3, 9.
Pretty good roll. 2 successes.
This is a special time, says the guard. One of the most valuable sacrifices can be offered today, but only the wealthiest are allowed before the shrine. But it may be worth it for this powerful one. There are many others across the wood, but they're either dormant or abandoned. You won't find a shrine better than ours. Yeah.
Okay.
The bride, refresh a day. Die.
Yeah. Alright. We've already talked to the village elder. We've already looked at the fallen prey. We've already went to the village shrine. I'm going up to the path.
Okay.
Move me up there. You can move up to 2 spaces. Oh, and the old person's gone. So what's the option?
The path leads to the
Stray
village
from the
of
path
Deep
or
Waters.
go to Deep Waters. I'm going to stray from the path. We don't know how this mechanic works yet.
Is that wise? Every child of Witchwood knows that not all who leave the path will return. Still you follow the light. Soon the evergreen-grown path splits. Light flickers to the west. The way east is dark and quiet. Which way do you want to go?
It flickers to the west. The way east is dark and quiet. I'd like to go east.
East it is.
Not west.
The path splits again to the east. Is that a hint of firelight? To the north, it would seem that eerily glow has returned.
I would like to go to the east.
East it is, making a circle. You find your way back to the well-traveled path. From here, you can easily travel to the deep waters. Soon, you're on your way.
How does an east-east make a circle?
You keep going like this.
It's a maze.
Okay. What's
You
it say
pass
now?
by an old woman making her way through the forest, seemingly unafraid of its dangers. She grabs your hand as you approach.
The bride, the beauty, the prize to be won. But that's not what you want, is it? The will of men is like stone and iron, never yielding, but a wish granted would save you, yes. Take this, a reminder of your worth.
Take a coin.
Yep, can I have a coin, please? I imagine that her voice kind of charms like that, right?
Probably so, yes.
And she's off cackling, unsettled by this strange meeting. You make haste and soon reach your destination.
What was my destination? I was going east.
The deep woods. Look at you with the campfires.
310.
I lie, the map is not clearly laid.
No, there's certain ways to travel.
Scoot this down.
Bridge over a stream leads to deep waters, a friendly village you know very well.
Interesting.
Hit the okays, ma'am.
Ooh, that's upside down.
And we need tile 319.
319.
We've got a 319!
And what does it say about that tile, Shira?
Celebrants avoid looking in the direction of the lake.
Celibates?
Celebrants.
Well, I'm a bride, so I might still not be...
There's a bridge.
Lovely bridge.
And a kindly witch lives here. They call her the Mother.
The mother. There she is. So kind.
Cute.
And beautimous.
And a path back to Hearthfire.
But no one really wants to go back to Hearthfire, right?
Celebrations take here as well. There's fire, food, and music. And so there's a deep water as well.
Deep water as well?
Yep. Place your character's miniature on tile 310. You can visit another point of interest in the area where you just arrived, but you cannot move or travel again on the same day.
Okay. So, I would like to then visit...
The path.
I think the mother. Yeah.
Come back to where he came from?
I think the mother. Go ahead and chat with her.
The mother it is.
Visit the mother.
Oh, not much interested in celebration, I see. The mother smiles as you approach. She's a witch, obviously marked by the woods, but it thanks to her for the balance it's preserved between the villages and the Witchwood. What can I help you with, dear? Because it's clear that you could use some help.
I could ask...
For her help.
You
can ask for a magic
item. Or I could ask her about your destiny. I would like to ask her for... I'd like to start by asking about my destiny.
Scan.
Shira wants to find this out.
Something lives in the lake east of deep waters. Be careful.
Interesting. Okay. I'm going to ask her for a magic item.
Ooh. Very brave with only 3 dice.
That's 2 successes. Not the best, but not the worst either.
Ho ho, is that wise? Smiles the mother. Don't you know that a witch will always take something in return? She winks. I'm joking, of course. But really, I have nothing to spare right now.
Okay.
You needed to have tried harder.
Yeah. I'm going to ask for her help. I'll finish off there then.
Ha! No witch should need me to guide her through the woods, and you are enough of a witch to manage. Ooh, you're a witch! But still, I can be of some help, sister. I need something to light my way in the darkest woods. No ordinary flame will do. That's forbidden where I go. If you stumble upon something I might use, I'll make it worth your while.
Okay.
Do you have a light source to give her?
Other than my glowing features.
You do have rosy cheeks.
Yeah. All right. Keep going. Pass the game on, Shira. It'll bother with your all's turns.
It is William Thorne III's turn. Fantastic. I will refresh a die, but I am already fully refreshed.
What would you like to encounter?
I need to go upon the path to the forest trail.
He's going to get lost.
I am a very keen, observant person.
Are you going in the maze, or are you going straight traveling to deep water?
I will stray from the path because I know better. I'm sure there's a shortcut.
Okay. Is that wise? Every child of Witchwood knows that not all who leave the beaten path return. Still, you follow the light. Soon, the ever-grown path splits. Light flickers to the west. The way east is dark and quiet. Are you going west or...
Clearly, I must follow the light. I'm getting a little nervous.
East.
But I am very brave.
You're going west.
Going west.
Go west, my friend. The ground
Go
beneath
west,
your
young
feet
man.
is soft and damp. The path splits again. Faint light glows in the west. To the north, running water.
I'm getting a bit thirsty. I shall head
Go
north.
west.
Go north.
Yes.
You reach a forest stream too deep to cross in the dark. The water is chilly and refreshing. Unable to proceed farther, you are forced to retrace your steps. You gain 1 on your red track.
Get a little stronger.
So move it to the left. 1 space.
To the left. Everything you know is in
Now,
the
would you like
box
to travel to deep waters?
I suppose I will find deep waters.
on your player board.
You pass by a
Lots of
tree
stuff.
marked with a sign you don't recognize. It points towards a narrow path splitting from the main trail. Ignore it and be on your way or follow the sign.
I can't read well, and it has an arrow. I must follow the sign.
Perfect. Good answer, West.
Find your way.
Oh, I am
doing
very
all of them?
doomed.
You going all of them?
All of them. And it's very poor rolls. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 2 successes,
Wow.
with a 9. Oh my.
You're an idiot.
You don't need to walk long until you reach an area blessed with an abundance of mushrooms. You quickly gather some you deem edible, gain food, and gain 1 experience.
I am so
You
smart.
could have spent your experience, by the way, to take this.
This was not very important, Shira.
Okay.
I honestly feel
And
like,
I need more food.
Yeah, I honestly
Here's
feel
another
like
experience.
he's prioritizing
Place your miniature on
the
tile
right-
310.
the right stuff for sure.
Really, what I'm doing is stumbling upon intelligence.
Your turn ends.
Oh, darn it.
The broken. My turn. Refresh a die. Alright. Yeah, we're going up to that same path y'all are
So
taking.
we're all doing the same thing?
I mean, it's where the game has things going on at the moment.
Yeah. Stray from...
Oh, don't stray from the path.
Stray
Go to
from the
deep
path.
woods.
Alright.
A darkness to the east, a bright light to the west, Shiro. Which way will you choose?
Light or darkness? Light.
She goes west. She follows the trail of a very well-scented man.
North is water, and faint light grows to the west.
My
We're
question
gonna
is, do you
continue-
hear me through the woods trying to trumble back?
It's a wandering spirit, a will-o'-the-wisp known to lead unwary travelers astray. Oh no! I found a spirit.
You did.
Follow it.
Ooh.
The ground beneath your feet is wet and muddy. The wisp dances right ahead of you, just outside your reach.
Little giggles.
Lure the wisp with light. I don't have light.
Ooh.
Follow the wisp or risky leave.
Follow it.
Okay, we're following
You're
the wisp.
broken. Do it anyway. Nice.
Too late, you realize the ghost light has led you into a swamp. Knee deep in mud, you find yourself struggling to move as the wisp dances just beyond your reach. Crawl out of the swamp.
she's good at
Good thing you're so strong.
She's got a spear to help her. Although she's not supposed to take that into the forest. I've heard the rumors. Oh, 1, 2, 3. That's 4, 5, 6, 7. 2 successes. Not too bad. Actually, not too bad. Good job, Shira.
It takes all your strength to drag yourself out of the swamp before it claims you. Once you're free, you don't stop until you're back on a safe path, utterly exhausted. Your turn ends.
I love it.
Wow.
The bride.
Such a short turn.
The bride. Shira, please hit OK. And
Don't forget
I've got-
to refresh a dice.
Deepwater's Bridge and the Path. I would like to go to Deepwater's.
I'm pretty familiar with this place, a village similar to yours. Despite the dangers of the woods, folks of the neighboring settlements tend to be fairly close.
Okay. What can I do?
You can.
Talk to the musicians. You can hire musicians for 4 coins. You can dance, which is a green skill. Blue, approach the drunken farmer or listen to the local rumors.
I'd like to I'd like to listen to the rumors first. That refreshed a die for you all.
Yes. Some claim that the flower should be left in peace. Magic this powerful shouldn't be removed from its rightful place. Refresh a die.
Okay. Approach the drunks.
Approach the drunken farmer. Change your mind.
5, 6. 2 successes. I thought I'd get 2 without using that extra one.
You! He points his finger in your direction. I've heard you think yourself an adventurer. You must be pretty strong. I bet you my own scythe you can't beat me in an arm wrestling contest. Bystanders cheer in anticipation of the likely ridiculous show.
Okay.
Accept his challenge or offer him another drink instead. Oh, you have drink. You have mead.
Accept his challenge. I'm so bad at strength. There's almost no way I'm going to offer him a drink.
But he might feel pity on you.
I'm going to offer him a drink.
Do you
Okay.
have a drink to offer?
We'll see.
What do you offer him?
Nothing.
Maybe he shouldn't have any more.
Maybe you shouldn't have any more. Oh, the game's mean.
Are you gonna dance or talk to the musicians?
I'm going to talk to the musicians.
There are more than enough of us this year, one says. And the truth is, there's not enough money to go around for all of us. If you know anywhere else we could play, we'd be much obliged. Interesting. If you ever need some music, you know where to go.
Okay. Join the dance.
Frivolity ensued.
Come on. Ooh, 8.
That is 9.
That's a great
Wow.
roll, surprisingly enough. 2 successes.
The quest can wait. There's a celebration to do. The night is exhausting, but it certainly distracts you from the weight of the task before you. Someone pushes a drum into your hand. Take it. 331.
Oh. Each time you do a check, you may move one die to move 2. You can move 1 skill to move 2 skills down. Players on the same tile may trade 1 for 1. Wow.
Nice.
Wow.
Nice.
Each time I do the maze. Gotcha. That's the maze symbol.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not. The maze is a circle.
What is that symbol then?
That's just a check, a test.
Is it?
Yep. End turn. Because you have no money, I'm assuming, correct?
Oh my gosh.
You have no money for 4
You're
points?
hurting my feelings.
Yes. Brave, your turn.
William the Third.
Crush a die?
Yes, I will.
And where are you at? You're still on here?
You're
No,
right, sure.
I am there,
You're up there.
somewhere.
That
yes.
is a Destinies item scan. Every time I item scan now,
Items? Interesting.
I can trade a skill for
What would you like to visit up there?
Well.
Wait, I'm down here. Someone moved me just now. Pocahontas.
sorry.
I'm Pocahontas. I'm still down here. I haven't moved up to deep waters yet. Would you like to visit the Mother, the Bridge, the Deep Waters, or Hearthfire?
You know, at this point, I'm hunting for troll. I hear they like bridges.
Okay. Visit the bridge.
You get eaten by a troll. Your game's over.
A bridge crossing the stream has been occupied by a flock of young girls, casting their wreaths into the water in an attempt to divine their future.
You charge them. Trolls!
They laugh as you approach, and you choose to intercept their admiration or interpret their admiration for your good looks and heroic bearing. But what's that? You could swear that just for a brief moment you heard a strange sound, barely audible over their laughs. Ask them about an item, ask them about your quest. Steal a floating wreath, listened to strange sound. Well, I believe I will ask them about something. Yes,
quest?
ask them about my quest, please. Okay.
He goes for the scan.
The girl whispers among themselves before answering. Did you know about the village contest? The prize is just what you need. As for the other thing, you know the maiden? That strange girl often wandering the woods? I am sure she can help with that.
I feel a bit parched, so I'm going to eat some food.
Whoa.
And get some dice. Now I'm going to listen to the strange sound. 9, 10, 11. So it's a 10. So I have 4 successes.
You can spend your experience too, just so you know.
I will spend an experience, and I will have 5 successes.
Which track did you move it down on? It's a blue track.
I mean, not that one. But if I do that, then I have to move that, right?
You can move this space 1, 2, like that.
Okay, that's perfect. So that way I have 4 successes.
Yeah. Otherwise, yeah, you can shift 2 down, hover.
Wait, that's 11. So I have 5 successes.
Yeah, you didn't need to move this and spend your experience.
Then I won't. 5 successes.
I don't believe you can technically spend experience.
I don't think so either, but I wasn't gonna...
Perfect. 5 successes, because I am brilliant.
I'm just saying, like, before he rolled, he still has those 2 to shift.
Gain another experience. Between the sounds of celebration from the village nearby and the girls' laughter, it's hard... Can you please fix that? It's hard to hear anything else, but still something reaches your ears. A haunting melody sung by a strange voice. To the east, somewhere downstream, you shudder. Gain 1, refresh 1 of your dice.
Mm-hmm.
You should only have 1 dice refresh because you used all 3.
I did not. I did use all 3, you're right.
What else would you like to do?
I'm going to use all 3 of these. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1.
Wow. He's the most
There's only 2 of them.
And then 1 and 1.
He is the most dexterous man I've ever seen.
Very dexterous. Steal a wreath and... do I take the food? I'm going to use my food again. And I'm going...
Wow. He is both a fool and dexterous man.
I'm going to use 2 dice. I feel like that's very important. I need to steal this wreath, damn it. There's a good thing I did, because I'm very not good. 6, 7, 8. That is enough for 4 successes.
That is very, very possible.
Gain a summer wreath, 308. Quick, before they notice. Hidden in the reeds, you snatch a wreath drifting toward you, too quickly for the girls to notice you. 1 loudly voices her disappointment, realizing too late that it's gone. Aww.
Haha! Children are easy targets.
Would you like to ask them about an item? Such
Yes,
as your wreath?
I will ask them about my wreath.
Higher.
One of the girls ponders your question for a moment. Is that the priestess wreath? Oh no, I was mistaken. It would seem some unlucky maiden wouldn't divine her future this year. Okay.
You stole their wreath and then you asked them about it.
Yes.
You're a bad man.
Done?
Yes.
They're broken. Okay. I'm still on here. Visit the path. Yes. Do we want to travel? We want to try this again. We are going to go east this time. And then we're gonna go north.
What's it say? What's it say?
You reach a small meadow and quickly realize that what you thought was the ghostly light you saw previously is just the glow of many fireflies.
Sparkling lights dance around this peaceful meadow as many fireflies dart about while you disturb their peace. Their glimmer, the soft rustling leaves, everything feels magical. You feel like you're safe here. Rest on the peaceful meadow. You rest, but dare not sleep in the forest. The darkness of your sleep is overwhelming enough, even though you're outside the Witchwood's domain. Still, dancing embers of light calm your mind. Well rested, you return to the path. Gain 1 on blue. I'm going to take that down and refresh all of your dice. Okay.
It's as if you had a long rest.
Didn't want my turn to end though.
Okay, on to me.
Bride, refresh a die.
Yep. I'm gonna step over here.
We're over here.
Yep.
Explore tile. Celebrants avoid looking in the direction of the lake. Okay. The branches of the old trees hang over the lake's surface. Not much remains of an old mill.
Okay.
Plays a ruined mill. Lakeshore. Ghostly lights glow beneath the lake's surface. And a path leads deeper into the forest.
I would like to go to the lake shore.
Okay.
What's it say, Wes?
An eerie song echoes over the water somewhere from the darkness of the far shore. You catch no words, but the melody is filled with deep longing. When the song ends, there's an unnatural silence. You can respond with your own music. You can just listen. You can enter the maze of reeds, you have a map, or search the muddy shore.
I'm I'm going to start by just listening.
Just listen it is. Oh, that is negative
No
4.
successes. Please don't end my turn. Yeah.
As soon as you begin to listen, the songs stop. Something large disturbs the water near the far shore. Then all is quiet. Gain 1 experience.
Yeah.
And you lose 1 on your blue track.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
Oh.
I'm going to enter the reeds. Wait. Oh.
You said enter the reeds.
You did say enter the reeds.
What's it say? I realized that I could have done my ability by scanning things.
A veritable labyrinth of reeds surrounds the lake. A faint path made by animals or something more sinister is barely visible, but you're confident and you can follow it. Immediately, the way branches into 2. Do you go north or do you go east?
East.
East it is. Knee-deep in the water, you traverse the green maze. Another path splits to the south. You would swear you heard sobbing from that direction. You can continue east and be a heartless, cruel bastard, or you can turn south and investigate.
He's not a cruel bastard.
East.
Well, you never know.
East? You're not going to the sobbing? East?
He is a cold, heartless person. One path continues ahead to the east, the other to the south, but then you see another darker one splitting to the north, deeper into the maze, closer to the lake. You can continue east, go north, or go south.
North.
North it is. The water's almost up to your waist here. The bottom is soft mud. It feels almost like it's dragging you in. A dense wall of reeds looms before you, and there are 2 ways to go around it. The western path leads even deeper into the lake. The eastern path is dark.
East.
Making circles again. A dead end! A tangle of fallen branches block your way. From one of them hangs a tattered red ribbon. Interesting.
What's the tattered red
301.
ribbon?
Traveled
It's
this
a charm.
turn.
You needed a charm at some other point. Interesting. Alright.
Oh, you're magically back where you began. You can respond with your own music.
I'm going to respond with my own music, which will allow me to do the drum's ability as well. When I go to scan an item, I can...
It might take your drum.
I understand, but when I get to use the ability, though, I'm going to scan an item, so I'm going to reduce this by 1, and I'm going to push this and this.
And no one else is on your track, I believe.
Nope. Go ahead.
It's been a while since you last picked up an instrument, but after a few attempts you manage to play a simple melody. It echoes over the still water until the shadowy shore consumes it, and then something answers. A haunting song, sad yet alluring, sung in a beautiful voice. You find yourself compelled to follow the music to its source. Resist it.
I'm going to go ahead and spend this to reduce my obligation.
Oh, 4.
Wow, 1 success. It's a horrible roll.
Song is irresistible. You find yourself searching for its source. First walking along the shore, then treading water, and then something pulls you under. A cold hand embraces you in an iron grasp. Water closes over your head. You try to scream, but the water already envelops you. You struggle and fight, but the grip is like iron. You've never seen your assailant clearly. Only a white dress and a mass of dark hair billowing in the water. Fight for your life.
Oh my! With your weakest ability. And like a bride, you flail in the water with the giant dress
Nothing
on
there.
with 0.
Okay, confirm. Yes.
Oh my. Can you die in this game?
A last-ditch effort, a final push with the strength that only imminent death can grant. As your breaths escape you, you break free, leaving skin and blood under the creature's claws. Lose 2 red. You took up 2? Your turn ends.
Well.
Brave, it's your turn.
William Thoring III.
Refresh a die?
I will refresh.
Where would you like to go?
I have no idea. I've already perused the bridge. I believe I should go to Deep Waters. I had such a grand time and I hear music playing.
Visit the deep waters. Alright, the village is alive with song and dance completely taken over by the summer celebrations. A group of musicians rests around the fire, evidently preparing to play again shortly.
Well, clearly I must dance.
Dance?
Very much so.
Join the dance.
Oh, please. I will read these two. Oh, it's a 4. That's fantastic. I have 1 success.
Nothing ability-wise.
No.
You used all these?
I did.
Okay. Your moves are clumsy and you almost trip and fall into the fire. Bystanders laugh. Gain an experience and lose 1 green. What else would you like to do?
I shall listen to local rumors.
There's something terrible imprisoned in the forest's heart. Refresh one of your dice.
I shall approach the drunken farmer.
He's gonna arm wrestle you.
Well, with my quick wit, I managed to get a 10 and I have 3 successes.
You! He points a finger in your direction. I heard you think yourself an adventurer. You must be pretty strong. I bet you my own sight you can't beat me in an arm wrestling contest. Bystanders cheer in anticipation of the likely ridiculous show.
I shall accept his challenge.
You don't want to offer him a drink?
I probably should, but I'm going to accept his challenge. We've mentioned I'm not very bright.
Show him what you got.
Show me what you got.
I got 0.
The man is built like a Witchwood oak. He easily overpowers you and leaves, boasting about his newest victory. Gain 1 experience and lose a red. Would you like to do anything more?
I should have given him a drink. I'm going to talk to the musicians, just in case I need to do that at some point in the
There
future.
are more than enough of us this year, one says, and the truth is there's not enough money to go around for all of us. If you know anywhere else we could play, we'd be much obliged. Interesting. If you ever need music, you know where to go.
And I will end my turn. In disgrace.
Don't need to refresh a die. Because it's so dumb. Still here. Path. Yes. Travel to deep waters. An old woman wandering the forest paths. You heard rumors about her. Who is she? The broken one. They call you now, or so I've heard. She seems familiar, but you can't recall from where. Insane. Cursed. Witches have tried. Witches have failed. Witches can't help you. Only a wish granted can.
Witches have failed.
Have this.
Witches can't
To help you find
Only
what
a
you seek.
Cursed one will.
Like that, she's gone, blending into the forest shadows. Did you really see her, or are you going insane? You make haste to leave this place far behind you. Soon you reach your destination. Place your character on 310. You can visit another point of interest in the area, but you cannot move or travel again on the same day. Alright. And I'm gonna go talk to the mother. Not much interested in celebrations, I see. The mother smiles as you approach. She's a witch, obviously, marked by the woods, but it's thanks to her that the balance is preserved between the villages and Witchwood. What can I help you with? Because it's clear you could use some help. Ask her for help. Oh, so that's what your offer? You know, there are some old tales warning about this exact kind of thing, but if you're determined, who am I to stop you? Tell you what, I happen to need something to light my way in the darkest woods. No ordinary flame will do. That's forbidden where I go. If you chance upon something I might use, I'll make it worth your while. Let me ask her about my destiny first.
You're destined to lose.
In the villages of Ashes to the east, there's a stone that holds the souls of the priestesses of old. Stone, okay. Thanks. The second problem, though, there's a shrine by the fields next to Ashes, you know. The villages of east here. Okay. Ask for a magic item.
Oh, great roll.
3, 6, 9, 10.
3 successes.
1, 2, 3.
She gives you something.
Gain broom.
Come on.
318. You speak of your plight. The kindly woman finally relents. Oh, all right. Just don't tell anybody I gave it for free. It wasn't for free. It was 3 dice.
Kind of for free.
She hands you what appears to be an ordinary broom. Arcane gear. I'm only lending this to you. Do you understand? I expect it back when you're done. Instead of a regular move, exhaust 3 dice to move to any explored tile.
It's kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
I have no light source. I'm sorry, dear. Yes.
Fresh a die. I would like to go farther into the woods. Path to Ashes.
You know this path, even though you haven't been here for a while. It leads to villages called Ashes and fields around it. A small serpent slithers away from you into the underbrush. A good omen to see one. Travel to crossroads.
Or follow the serpent.
I would like to travel to crossroads.
You recognize her, the maiden, they call her, the youngest of the coven of witches. You see her a little bit off the path, looking for something in the undergrowth. She waves at you as you pass, seemingly friendly.
I'm looking for toads, she explains. Could you perhaps help, or do you just want to chat? Because I wouldn't mind that too. I'm missing all the celebrations.
It could be wise to gain the witch's gratitude. You can ask her about your destiny, you can talk to her about toads, you can learn about all the paths she knows, or you can just leave her be.
I'm going to ask her about my destiny, which is going to allow me to immediately reduce a mark and put other ones down.
And no one else is on your spot. The maiden looks almost bored with your question. The guardian of the hunter's wood may be what you seek. Remember to treat him with respect.
Okay. I would like to ask about toads.
She shrugs. Oh, plenty of toads in the woods. Usually, but now I can't seem to find any. They're good for spells, offerings, familiars. Very versatile creatures, the toad. Only crows come close. Serpents, maybe.
Okay.
Do you have any toads?
I don't have any toads. I want to learn about the paths she knows.
Oh, you know, witch's business, she whisks. But did you know there's a shortcut leading straight to the old burial grounds? I can show you if you'd like.
Okay.
Path burial grounds. Oh, but that's all the way down here. On 301. Path to the burial grounds. Rediscovered, but still perilous.
I'm going to leave her be.
Can you click it?
You're in no mood to speak with her right now, maybe when you meet her some other time. A well-traveled road leading to the fields, even the forest seems friendlier here. 314.
Okay.
And 311. Golden fields in the distance. And 321. Smoke from bonfires rises above another village. There's a path with a crossroads on where you're at. The path splits in different directions. Excuse me. And a strange caravan.
Okay.
Who are these strangers? Place your character miniature on 314.
Yeah.
Your
Oh,
turn
no.
ends.
Ugh.
It is William Thorne III's turn now. Refresh a die, I think I might. The maiden has returned. Her business in the forest apparently concluded. Well, shucks. She is now here
On 305?
on 305. Well, I believe I need to speak with this witch that everyone's been talking to, so I shall speak to the mother. Well, she's not much for talking today. I shall ask her about some help. So glad that's what you're after, you know. There are some old tales warning against the exact kinds of things. But you're determined. Who am I to stop you? That's right, old lady. I clearly am very intelligent. I tell you what, I happen to need some light. I'll make it worth your while. I will ask her about my destiny. Seems like everyone's having a good time with that today.
Far to the southwest, there's a warrior's tomb. Who knows what he was buried with? Southeast. Second thing that might help you, I could assist with the enchantment. Maybe you prefer someone else. The old crone who lives in the southern woods by the burial ground knows all there is to know about spells and enchantments. Don't be fooled by her appearance. She's a kind woman.
Good to know. I suppose my summer wreath is not the light source she's looking for.
It does have candles.
I will try it. Why not? It does have candles. And there were girls and fawning all over it.
A light source. Because it's dark in the forest, I need one. And not fire, mind you. Open flame is forbidden.
Yeah, the candles don't work.
That was a boring turn. But didn't get anything good from her.
Alright.
The Dark Quarter in comparison was cooperative fully, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Interesting.
Yes.
Because I like it now when you have bad turns.
Did you go to Lake? did you go to Lakeshore, the Ruined Mill, or the Ashes Path?
I went to both Lakeshore and the Path of the Ashes.
He went to the Ashes to get where he's at right now.
We're gonna go to the Ruined Mill. Yes. The old miller lived in harmony with the lake and the woods. His son tried to take them as his own, and now the mill lies in ruins. No one knows what crawled out of the depths to drag him down below. The mill seems abandoned. What remains of the water wheel creaks ominously as you approach. No one has dared search the place since the miller disappeared. Maybe there's something still to be found. Approach without fear. Approach cautiously, or search the room.
Definitely without fear.
Approach without fear. Suddenly, the whistle of an incoming arrow gives you the only split second to react. Dodge. Dang it. Don't like dodging.
Oh, great dodge.
That's a very nice dodge.
It's not enough. 3 successes.
That's probably enough.
Without thinking, you drop as the arrow barely misses you. Who are you? Shouts a voice from the mill. Don't come any closer.
Who are you?
Oh. The poacher is still here, and he notices you coming. At least this time he refrains from trying to shoot you. Calm him down. I hear frogs. 4. 0.
Wow. He's not going to be calm.
No. Leave me be, he cries, his anger only rising. Run before I shoot you. What else is there to do? You run. Gain experience and lose a blue.
Leave me be.
Turn ends. Bride.
My boy was lost to the ocean waves. Okay. Please hit, sure. All right. What do I have around me right now?
Where are you?
Right
All the way
there.
over there. Yep.
Yes. I'd like to go to the strange caravan.
A strange group of people is coming from the east, from the direction of the village. Their dress is foreign and their skin is dark.
Hello there,
Says the leader, a regal-looking man with a surprising command of your language.
Could you help strangers in need?
What might they want of you?
We are many things,
Says the leader.
Travelers, explorers, sometimes marauders.
Merchants?
Now we're seeking to replenish our supplies, and I have heard of the village called Deepwaters that might be interested in our goods. I know it's somewhere close. Could you give us directions?
Set up the caravan trade stack with spade, number 20.
Number 20.
Times 2.
Times 2.
Okay.
And this only gets 1 token because they are traveling caravan. It's one of the differences in Witchwood. You found 20 times 2?
Yep.
Lantern 34.
In Witchwood, the caravan actually travels, so you don't actually get to interact
Liar
with it. So this
50.
is going to stick with your pile, but only when you interact with the caravan.
And Salt 68.
1 second. Lantern 34. What's the next one?
50 and 68.
50 and 68. 50 and then 68. Okay, so what we have here, we have Salt. When both of your white die show the same value, gain a skill point. We have the Leer. When you stay on the same tile, you may refresh 1 purple. We have the Lantern. Each time you explore, you gain 1 experience. And we have the Spade. Exhaust 3 to gain 3 coin. Very cool. Okay, so they've got the market. All right.
Now, you can trade with it if you would like.
Yeah, so I am going to go ahead and trade with it.
Okay.
And I'm going to just buy the Lantern for 2 coins.
The leader makes it pretty clear that the most valuable wares are off limits until they reach deep waters, but before then you may take a look at the more common trinkets.
Okay.
Interesting. Use a trade stack. Okay, now would you like to give them directions or misleading directions?
Ooh. I would like to give them misleading directions.
Go for it.
Wow, it's a roll.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
3 successes.
I have a feeling they're listening.
Who knows what these outsiders really want? They listen carefully to the wrong directions you provide. The leader thanks you, and they're soon on their way. Good riddance. Strange caravan comes off.
Nice. Oh, my turn ends.
The brave, it's your turn.
William Thorne the Third.
Refresh a die.
Yes. I shall head towards this area. So
You got to move through the path.
I have to go through Path Hellfire.
Yes.
A path leading back to Hellfire. As safe as they come, which isn't saying much. You notice something small rustling in the nearby bushes. Well, I've never been one to stray from danger.
That's
so
a lie.
I will use these and push my successes to a slightly better potential. Okay, seek out. And I will do 2, 3,
7.
Yes. That is a 10 and gives me 3 successes.
It's a lost rooster. Gain rooster,
Hi.
323. You likely wandered away from the village. It's pretty peaceful when you handle it. Maybe it knows you're saving it from the fate it would suffer if it strayed deeper into the forest.
When you spend a skill to improve blue, move down your red as well.
Oh no!
You've just been spending so many of those. That's amazing.
Now, would you like to travel to Hearthfire?
Yes, please. I pass by a group of travelers traveling between villages. Come, join us! Someone exclaims as they dance in the forest path. Ha! Fun never hurt anyone!
Yep.
Oh yes, very much so. I dance, I drink, and I forget what I'm doing. Blissful hours pass until I'm on my way again.
Refresh a die.
That sounds lovely.
Place your character on 305.
Fantastic!
Who's this? This is you, 305. Your turn ends.
Nice.
So,
The broken.
can I do this now?
It's an always ability.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I will do this, and then I can also move 1 red down.
When you spend that to improve blue only, so you have to use the 2 on the blue,
I did.
then you get to tick 1 red down 1 spot. Fresh to die. Went to the mill. We're going to Ashes. Yes. You know this
Ashes to
path. Even though you haven't been here for a while, it leads to a village called Ashes and the field that's around it. A small serpent slithers away from you into the underbrush. A good omen to see one. Follow the serpent. Do I want to? We'll try. I'm really bad at the dice rollers in this game. I think that's why I'm so bad at this game. 3, 6, 7.
Not that bad at the dice rolls.
It's only
That's a
1
6
success.
You're bad at successes. The dice rolling you're pretty good at, though.
1 success.
I would have loved a 7 on most of my skills.
Small reptile is elusive and hides in the underbrush wall. After some long time, you are forced to admit defeat. Lose a blue and gain an experience. Can I please have an experience? And now I will travel to Crossroads. Traveling trader makes his way along the path. I have some things that may interest you, he says, if you have some time to spare. See his wares. Set up the traveling trade stack with a stone idol, number 53.
Yeah, just tell me the numbers.
53.
1 second.
You're like, tell me the numbers.
And 17 will be out of that same deck.
53.
And 17.
17.
And then
309,
301.
301, 302,
2.
and 9 and 8.
8. And 9.
I had
Okay.
to steal one of those.
So this has rope. Rope's going to be +2 successes in a green test. Stone Idol, after you use all 3 purple die in one test, you may refresh 1. Nightshade, instead of a regular move, exhaust 1 purple to move to any explored tile. Summer Wreath, you may discard a experience to gain 2 coins. Mead, after an opponent uses this on the same tile does a discard, you gain that card. Red Ribbon, if you travel this turn, reduced 1 by 2. So that's the market stack you have now.
Okay. It's a discard. After you use all 3, you may refresh 1. That's cool.
I was just going
Ooh.
through them.
I know.
Pay 3 for a mysterious map.
I'm going to grab a wreath for 1 coin. And then...
My cloak is too hot.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Rope, nightshade, ribbon. If you travel this turn, tick that down. Alright. And for my other coin, that. And let me grab this. Alright. Oh no!
The trader neatly arranges his wares before you, presenting an assortment of valuable
Before I do any of that, I
and
should pay
rare
attention.
items. I did mention it. Looking at his collection, you wonder if it wouldn't make much better money setting him up in a shop of the village for a while. Maybe he should be convinced to do so. You can trade. You can pay 3 for a mysterious map. You can ask him about an item. Or you can be on your merry way, potentially convince him to set up a shop in a village.
I'm asking him about an item. Witch's broom is useful for much more than cleaning. Thank you. I am going to trade. Some of his wares must have come a long way. Use his trade stack. I am going to grab a summer wreath for a coin. And that's it. Okay. And then I'm going to discard it and one of these to gain 2 coins.
I see. Convenient.
And now I'm going to pay 3 for a mysterious map. Gain confusing map 310. He says it's a map of tunnels below the old warrior's grave in the south. If he's correct, maybe it's worth checking out. A discard. Tick 1 down and then roll that and gain that many coins. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Convince him to set up his shop in a village. Try that.
Nope.
Yes. Maybe he knows what he's doing, wandering the path. If fate makes it so, you will meet him again. Be on your way. You say your farewells and return to your journey. Some time passes before you reach your destination. Put your character on 314. Turn ends.
Me. Refresh a die. My turn. Okay, I would like to move down into these golden fields, which is going to gain me an experience because I'm exploring. Okay, read please.
Harvest time is drawing closer and the fields are as beautiful as they will ever be.
Fields.
Okay.
The hot air is rippling over the golden field.
A scrying shrine.
An old shrine overlooks a pond, something used for divination.
Okay.
And old burial grounds lie this way. Not many visit them anymore.
Okay.
And your turn ends. Just kidding. Looks like you can touch one of those places.
Yeah, I'd like to go on the path south. Sure.
I'd rather you not.
Why?
This path leads to an old burial ground. Not many go there nowadays. Some claim the monsters from the woods have reclaimed this place. A patch of sunflower is growing by the path. You can travel to the grounds or you can gather sunflowers.
I'd like to travel to the grounds.
Mm-hmm. It's a caravan again. Those foreigners must have lost their way in the woods. We've been in this forest for days. Help us and I will reward you, their leader says.
Okay.
Give them directions or give them misleading directions?
I'll give them directions.
Gain an experience, gain a coin. The leader, clearly relieved, thanks you and pays you for your help. You say your farewells and then proceed down the path. Soon you reach your destination.
Where is that?
303.
303. I get another experience because I am...
Talesmen hanging from the branches clatter on the wind. Old burial grounds are close. 308 is next.
308, okay.
Stones marking the ancient burial grounds. There is a crone, which will be this witch here.
Okay.
She's in that top corner. Protective amulets surround the camp. The smell of smoke from the cooking food is inviting. Warrior's grave. Candles by the entrance are lit despite the tomb's remote location, and path to the fields, a path back to the fields. Place your character miniature on tile 303 and your turn ends. Well, I'm refreshing a die. I feel quite refreshed and have had a great day. The caravan is now with the mother up here.
Travelers are exhausted after their time spent lost in the forest. They are forced to lower their prices to resupply.
Oh my. Well, I have no use for that. I must be on my way. I feel like I should speak to that pretty girl, though.
The maiden?
Is that what she is? She's just a pretty face to me. I shall go to this burial ground, so please, I will be moved to there, and then I will go here to the burial ground.
Burial grounds.
Yes.
Travel to the burial grounds or seek some flowers out of the garden.
The rediscovered burial grounds make the journey much shorter. They are still perilous and awaiting a long way. I will sneak some flowers out of the garden.
He does love his flowers.
So floral. That is 6, which is enough for 3 successes.
Sunflowers, 307. You're just passing by, raising no one's attention. Somehow a bunch of sunflowers ends up in your possession.
Amazing.
Amazing. After you go on a maze.
Refresh all your dice.
Nice.
Nice.
I
will travel to the burial grounds, please. And again, the mysterious old woman some claim to have not met. She's not one of the witches that you know. Who then? She looks at you from under the hood, her eyes glimmering in the darkness. Ooh.
The brave. That's how you like to be called, isn't it? But you need to earn it. They're all underestimate you now, but if you pass the trial so few have passed, surely they'll call you the brave if you come back with the flower. Gain a coin. You stand there, shaken as she disappears into the forest. You walk away, perhaps faster than usual. Soon you reach your destination. Aha! And I gain an experience for flipping over tile 308.
You get experience for flipping tiles?
I don't know, I just assumed that I was, because every time you found one, I got to...
I have a lantern.
I want to do experience.
No, I have a lantern.
Once many came here to praise their ancestors, but since then the burial grounds have fallen into disrepair. Burial grounds.
Graves lie abandoned. Few dare to visit this old place anymore. The shrine is decorated with flowers and the ground around is tidy. Does the crone take care of it? Old markings in the trees indicate there's a forgotten shortcut to the Hothspire somewhere here. I can place my miniature there. I can visit the point of interest.
On that tile. Are you there?
Yes. I will look at the morning shrine. The old shrine overlooking the cemetery is cold to the touch. Fresh flowers adorning it suggest someone visited recently, but for now, it's dormant. Remnants of old offerings litter the ground, while the power within the idol waits to be awakened. What might I need? That is a great question. With my massive amount of intelligence, I have 2 successes.
In the days of old, folks often visited the burial grounds. In this place of death, symbols of life were often offered to remind the ancestral spirits of times gone by. Fresh plants, live animals, living things gain a blue.
A blue.
Would you like to make an offering?
Do you think a chicken would be a good offering?
Probably.
Let's try. Wait. I should give sunflowers, but... I'd refresh all my die.
It is a discard.
Well, here we go. Let's see what happens. Let's see if this is an appropriate offering.
Fresh green plants left by the shrine, just so the dead can have their taste of life. You can feel the shrine's power awakening. Pleased with your offering, soon it crackles with energy, ready for the binding ceremony. Discard the sunflowers. Your turn ends.
The Broken.
My turn. Alright. I believe I was down here. I am going
You're in
to...
308.
I'm at 314.
Oh, okay, gotcha, sorry.
And I am going to 311, please. The Scrying Shrine. Yes. The surface of the pool is mirror smooth. The carved idol is silent, and whatever force it houses lies dormant. You heard tales of offerings thrown into the pond to awaken its powers. What kind of sacrifice might it want? Let me try gazing in. Try gazing into the pool. Spend 3.
Ooh,
5. So 2 successes.
Yep.
You see glimpses. Can I have an experience? You see glimpses of the past reflected in the pool. Offerings of drink are poured into the cold water, but then, like shards of a broken mirror, the reflection changes. Fields burn under wings of flame. Is this the future? Make an offering. Would you like a broom?
Oh my.
You place your offering in the water, but nothing happens. This is not what the shrine wants. Fine. Enter.
Turn in.
I'd like to talk to the old crone.
You fresh to die?
Mm-hmm.
The rattle of bones and the sticks hung from nearby branches make you aware of the camp before you even see it. Then comes the singing, or off-key humming, rather. Jolly in any other circumstance, ominous now.
Set up a crone trade stack. Horned mask, number... So that... The old... Which stack are you in? 300s?
Oh. Tell me which numbers.
39 and 31.
Okay.
And then 306. These two.
39. 31. Okay, we have a flute, we have a hagstone, we have a nice nightshade, and we have a horn mask. So, horn mask, +1 success in each test where you roll 9 or greater. No, 9 or less. Flute, on the start, you may discard 1 experience to gain 1 coin. Interesting. Hagstone, if you are on the same tile as any of your opponents gain 1 experience, they may go down 1 skill. And instead of a regular move, exhaust 1 die to move to any explored tile. Okay. Am I allowed to sell things when I interact with her?
Yes.
I can. So I could technically get 2...
Would you like to ask her about your quest to see what she has for sale, or ask her for help? Quest, sale, help.
I'd like to ask her about my quest.
The crone stirs her cauldron thinking. Something stalks the field by the village of ashes when the sun is high.
Okay, I'd like to see what she has for sale. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to sell my lantern. And I'm going to sell... yeah, I'm going to sell my lantern for 2 coins, and I'm going to buy a hagstone and a nightshade.
You have a coin back there. You know that.
Yeah, that's fine. I kind of want that horn mask, and I am a duck.
Is it only 1 gold?
No, it's 3.
3. That's why it's.
Ooh.
That's why he's deliberating so much.
I see.
Yeah, I'm going to sell... I'm going to get the horn mask, trade the lantern and the coin for the horn mask. +1 success on each test where your roll total is less than 9. Right? That's what that symbol means, right? Less than 9?
Greater than 9.
Greater than 9?
Greater than 9. Greater or equal to.
That's not that good.
Would you like to ask
She
for
already
help?
skipped it.
What do you mean already skipped it? I don't understand.
I'm going to have sold my drum as well. to go ahead and grab a hagstone and a nightshade.
Okay. So you took everything from her, basically.
Yeah, but my stuff that I sold is now in her market stack.
Would you like to ask her for help?
Yeah, I'll ask her for help. That'd be great.
You sound so reassured.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's gonna be 4 successes, please.
If you're looking for a guide, sister, no, it won't be me. You're enough of a witch to manage on your own. There are many things around here you should be able to find.
I'm not a good witch.
Let them guide you, but heed this warning. Let the flower bloom and wilt. Leave it in peace. It's better for it to remain untouched. But if you're willing to give an old woman a drink, I'm sure you'll learn something valuable.
I don't have a drink for you.
Oh, but if you had 2 coin, you could buy her a drink. But it's a bit too late now.
End turn. Ah, so painful.
William Thorne the Third.
Refresh a die.
Yes, I'm always refreshing. Ah. I need to look at the shrine again, really. I feel like I did something.
Yes?
I'm not so sure.
Morning shrine?
Feel it's pretty stupid, but we're gonna try it.
Okay. The old shrine overlooking the cemetery is cold to the touch. Fresh flowers adorning it suggest someone visited recently, but for now it's dormant. Remnants of an old offerings litter the ground while the powers within the idols wait to be awakened. Free a spirit.
Yes, let's free it. Sons of biscuits. I have nothing to free it. Let's try drink. That tends to work with me. It frees lots of things.
You need a spirit to set free.
Okay, I don't have one though. Is that really going to end my turn? What a terrible turn.
You spend a long time being an idiot.
Well, I'm quite good at it.
All right. Let me look at the fields. On ordinary days, it's unusual to find the path to the fields empty, but in times of celebration, field work is not on anyone's mind. You notice something gleaming white in the ditch. Examine the gleaming thing or gather some grain. Let me examine the gleaming thing. It's an offering of some sort placed in a ditch. Some eggs, a candle lie, and a piece of cloth too big for them. Something is missing. On ordinary days, complete the offering. What do you know about field offerings? Gather some grains. Oh, I don't know much about anything.
That's the truth.
I'm not good at either of these skills.
That's the truth.
We'll gather some grain. We'll send these 2 down with the experience.
Whoa.
Really bad die roll.
That's
6.
a 6. That's
2.
not too bad.
2
It's
successes?
2 successes?
Yeah. The fields are bountiful. No one will miss it. You gather as much as you need and no guardian shows up. Food, please. 7. I feel like you discarded food at some point.
I did.
Put it away.
Your grain looks an awful lot like a fish.
Yeah, it does. Complete the offering. Do you think they want... What do I know about field offerings? Don't know much about field offerings.
5. 1 success.
An offering in the ditches. Eggs, you remember? It appears to be an incomplete gift for a field spirit. Usually it would also involve a live animal, such as a rooster or a toad. Whoever began this one never had a chance to finish it. Okay, let me try with the food I have. This is not what is needed for that kind of offering. Field spirits respond well to offerings of crows, toads, and roosters for reasons you prefer not to dwell on.
I eat them.
Yes.
My turn. I love it.
Fresh a die.
Okay.
You've got the rooster.
I am going to go ahead and discard my nightshade. That's going to allow me to exhaust 1 purple to move to any explored tile. I'm going to move over here.
Where?
All the way over here.
Yep.
Wow.
To 320?
Yep. So please toss my miniature over there if you don't mind.
What are you visiting over here?
I am visiting the forest.
The Fallen Prey or Lasovic?
Lasovic. No. The Fallen Prey.
You sure?
Yes. Yep. Okay. And I'm going
Eerie
to
lights.
charm the ghost.
With what?
Yes. Charm the ghost.
What's it say?
Entranced by the charm, the spirit approaches you, and as it does, its form fades, becoming less recognizable as the animal it once was. When it reaches your outstretched hand, not much remains other than its glowing aura. Discard the Hagstone and gain Savage Soul 325. Now, for a place to bind it, you need to awaken a shrine. Eerie lights flicker in the shadows.
End your turn.
Each time I use a discard ability, reduce my red. Nice.
The forest claims the remains of Fallen Prey.
Okay. Is my turn over?
Yes.
Yes.
There's nothing more for you to do.
William Thorne III! I have wasted enough time at this stupid shrine. I believe
Refresh a die?
Yes, please.
Where are you going?
I'm headed to where you are, my broken friend.
So you're here?
Yes.
You need to go to the path fields.
Okay.
Because I'm up there.
The path leads back to the fields and to the ashes. It looks a bit more welcoming than some of the others you've encountered. At the edge of the wood, you notice a wooden platform high on a tree. No rope or ladder leads to it. Do I continue to the fields or do I investigate the platform? Well, we all know how intelligent I am. I'm investigating that platform.
Gonna climb the tree, or do you have a rope?
I'm climbing a tree. I have a 10. That is 2 successes. I should only break a leg. Mild concussions.
The tree is hard and tall to climb. You fail for now, but manage to get high enough to notice a ladder pulled up onto the platform. Regrettably, there's no way to reach it from here. Lose a green
Did.
and gain an experience.
Okay.
Travel to fields?
Yes, please.
It's the caravan again. Those foreigners must have lost their way in the woods. You've been in this forest for days. Help us and I will reward you, the leader says. Give them directions or misleading directions.
Well, I will do my best to give them the best directions I have.
That's not how iPads work.
The leader, clearly relieved, thanks you, pays you for your help, and says their farewells. You proceed down the path. Soon you reach your destination. Put you on, where are you? 3,
Right there, yes.
This is 311.
Yes.
And you can visit another point of interest in that area.
Which one did you go to?
She went to the field.
Fantastic. Fields it is.
Would you like to complete the offering?
I would like to complete the offering. I believe I have something it wants.
You're doing it all wrong, speaks the raspy voice from behind you. You turn ready to face your assailant, and you see a woman in tattered white dress, her head adorned with a crown of rye. Her skin is dark and parched like a corpse. Her eyes are bright. Discard the rooster. Easy, she raises her hands as you start to back away. I mean you no harm, and even if I did, the sun has almost set. This is not my time. A noon maiden.
What does she want?
What does she want?
Yes.
Oh, it's creepy, her eyes. No field guardian will answer because this field has no guardian. I replaced him not long ago, she smiled. Her lips are dry and cracked. These lands, these fields, they don't accept me, not yet, and I wish to protect, to rise above my curse and become a field guardian. The reapers fear me, and rightly so. The curse compels me to torment, but there is a way. Bring me a harvester's tool, a scythe, a sickle, anything like that. Let me forge a bond with the field. You have found a creature willing to assist you, but first you must do what it asks of you.
I know a certain arm wrestling match.
Mm-hmm.
Tacker?
He's thinking about it.
No. Fine. No.
Fine, no?
End my turn.
Broken. Refresh a die. Alright. Oh, it's a noon maiden now. It's not fields. I don't have anything for the noon maiden.
Yeah,
though.
West finished that ritual. If only you had a scythe now.
Yeah. we are going to go south. This path leads to old burial grounds. Not many go there nowadays. Some claim the monsters from the woods have reclaimed that place. A patch of sunflowers is growing by the path. I would like to gather the sunflowers. Who knows what you might find these useful for? 307, please.
What? You just got to do it? You didn't have any sort of skill check? What?
After I go through a maze, refresh all my dice.
I hope you get caught.
Travel to the burial ground. It's the caravan again. Those foreigners must have lost their way in the woods. We've been in the forest for days. Help us and I will reward you. Give them directions. Experience and a coin. Go on to 303. And I want to go to the warrior's grave. Old warrior's tomb. You heard many legends of your heroic ancestors, but it's said that one of them has his final resting place in here. Who knows what treasure he was buried with? Search the entrance or remove the rock that is blocking the entrance. Discarding this to refresh up to 2 dice.
Okay.
And then we will use my experience. What do we think? And take this down. 1, 2. Remove the rock. Use your strength. Maps and brooms aren't going to help. Strength alone. 2, 3, 4. 6, 7, 8. 3 successes. Sometimes strength is a solution. It takes a lot of work, but you manage to shove the rock aside, creating a gap just wide enough for you to squeeze in. The tomb stands open before you. Lose 1. Okay. Old warrior's tomb. Ooh, I might have a map of this maze. And it's old warrior's tomb from many legends. What treasures? Let me see if you want my map. The map shows you the way. There might be more in this maze, but you take the shortest path to your goal. Finally, the ancient warrior's resting place. His dusty bones have no value, nor the dust of offerings left beside him. But his sword, old as it is preserved well enough for you to admire his craftsmanship. You have your weapon. Don't lose it. Concentrate on finding a witch.
Anytime you travel, you may reduce 1 to raise your red by 2.
Oh, cool. Okay. Your turn ends.
I would like to talk to Nosferatu.
Refresh a die?
Always, sure.
Who?
In Lesovic?
Where are you?
Lasovic.
I was like, Lesovic?
Mm-hmm. What's it say?
You reach a clearing surrounded by impenetrable thicket. He awaits you beyond measure. The guardian of the forests, he says nothing, waiting for you to speak. You can bring him a gift, or you can examine your surroundings.
I'd like to bring him a gift.
I think you are very unfortunate, sir.
Gift is rejected. Lesovic gestures at the glade around you. Ritual items and ancient things are strewn around, half claimed by moss. Your turn ends.
Oh no!
William Thorne III!
Such a fancy red ribbon. It was the red ribbon of my grandfather's.
I shall be moving northward to the crossroads. Can you please put me up on the crossroad path, please?
Where are you? Up
Far right, yes.
there.
Correct. To the east, a village of ashes. To the south, the fields. To the north, yes. I need to travel to the lake. Fastest path. For once. Oh
It's a
my!
caravan again.
Give them directions. Yes. So good.
Someone needs to start misdirecting them.
Giving them so many directions.
Place you on 319. And you can do something else up here. What would you like to do?
I think I shall get shot at.
The mill seems abandoned. What remains of water, the water wheel, creaks ominously as you approach. No one has dared search the place since the miller disappeared. Maybe something still to be found. Approach without fear or approach cautiously.
Approach without fear.
Suddenly, a whistle of an incoming arrow gives you a split second to dodge.
1 success. I technically forgot to refresh that, but yes, 1 success.
What did you roll?
I rolled a 4.
Lose a red. An arrow grazes your arm as you duck too slowly. Don't come any closer. I want no trouble.
You shot me!
Do I can calm him down?
Yes. I got 3 successes.
You are calm and friendly. You explain that you didn't mean to startle him and you bear him no ill will. He's apprehensive, but finally willing to talk.
Well, he better after he shot me.
Speak some sense into him?
Sounds like a plan. Have I mentioned this isn't my best skill? That's 0 successes.
Yes. Just stop poaching, he sneers. Go preach somewhere else. Lose a blue. Okay. You done?
Yes.
Broken. My turn.
Almost my turn again. Big turns, I'm having. Big turns.
Alright. What do we want to do? Let's talk to the crone. The crone, tending to her cauldron, waves to you from afar, the oldest and, as she claims, the wisest of the local witches. Come here, child. It's polite to keep an old woman company.
It is true.
Ask her about your quest.
It is very polite to keep an old woman.
You need a witch, it would seem, but what you're attempting is foolish. You will find me hard to convince. Let's see what she has for sale. The crone crafts many amulets and such. Maybe she's willing to share. Which is the crone? Was it the one that you traded with?
Mm-hmm.
Which one is it? The one up there?
Mm-hmm.
Can you grab it?
All of Jesse's things.
Drum, flute, and a lantern.
Okay. We are... I really like my map. We're grabbing your lantern instead of my broom.
Cool.
But you won't be able to return it. She'll be very upset.
What does that mean? Return it? Fine, we'll buy it. I'll... Not that. This, and giving this in to keep the broom. Okay, here. All this. Goes back. Okay. Let me ask her for some help. I am shifting this down before I do so. And rolling 3 dice. 2, 4, 6. Not quite what I wanted. 1 success. I didn't travel this turn. No. Okay. If you asked for something else, I would have helped you for only a drink. I would have given you my word even. Once I give my word, I always keep it. But if the flower must remain in its place, underhanded as it may be, it looks like getting her drunk first might be a solution. Where's the mead? You still have mead?
Mm-hmm.
Give her $2. I don't have $2. End turn.
I'd like to talk to the demon again.
So big?
Mm-hmm. I'd like to bring him a gift. I'm bringing him a ritual item.
Your gift is accepted. Concerning your intentions, Lasovic remarks, you seek a path to a place most sacred. His voice is like rustling leaves. Some say a place best untouched by human hands. Discard your mask.
Okay.
He looks deep into your eyes.
Lovely.
And you can feel the ages in his gaze. Prove yourself, he says suddenly with a mischievous smile. Then he's gone, running deeper into the forest. Does he expect you to pursue? Chase him more, it's hopeless.
Chase him.
Chase him before he gets away.
I'm going to go ahead and start spending these. To drop 1, 2, 1, 2.
Can't do that.
1, 2.
So you spent all 3.
Yep.
Now roll.
probably need to keep at least one of these. 5, 6, 7. That's 3 successes.
3?
Yep.
It's dark fallen trees block your path several times, and there are wolves at your heels. But despite all that, you're gaining on Lasovic. He effortlessly races through the treacherous terrain, and as you gradually catch up to him, he spares you a glance impressed. He does not, however, stop. Once men respected my domain, he says without slowing, you barely keep up. Every hunter acted with reverence and gave back to the wood what the wood was owed. Now poachers prowl the forest. You run, trying to keep up with the forest guardian. Learn about the poachers?
Yeah.
They kill more than I allow. They make no offerings, show no respect, but they fear me, he says. Safe paths they stalk between human and dwellings, but often they're on the move. Anytime you wander the forest paths, be ready. You found a creature willing to assist you, but first you must do what it asks of you. Your turn ends.
Okay. Wow.
William Thorne the
First you
Third.
die.
What a good turn that was. I feel like I gained all the knowledge I needed.
Now I must go to deep waters. Please move it to 310 and let me revel in my strength.
You're going
people.
to deep waters?
Yes, please.
Okay. Here. Where are you? This? That's me. But I'm not up here. I'm down here.
Yes.
This is you, and now you're here.
Correct.
What would you like to do in deep waters? Village is alive with song and dance completely taken over by the summer celebrations. A group of musicians rests around the fire, evidently preparing to play again. Would you like to approach the drunken farmer?
I want to hire the musicians.
For 4?
Yes.
Ooh.
I don't know what it does, but I have money burning in my
spare?
pocket.
Great, whatever you need, us will be there. You have the services of the musician. Now it's only a matter of determining where it could be useful. You should probably meet them by the lake. Gain 1 and refresh 1 of your dice.
Crap. That was not what I wanted. I shall approach the drunken farmer. What a waste of 4 coin. Wait. I'm approaching the farmer. I shall only roll 2 die. And get 2 successes.
You! We've heard this 3 times already.
You think yourself an adventurer? I'll wager my scythe to a challenge of wits and brawn.
Accept his challenge.
Okay.
Or offer him a drink.
I'm accepting his challenge.
You think you can best me?
I have 8, which in +1, that is 4 successes. If that's not enough to beat his funky butt, I don't know what is.
My butt is very
He roars as his hand touches the blade. He clearly wasn't expecting to be beaten, but he seems oddly overjoyed by this turn of events. You've earned it. He shoved the scythe handle into your hands and leaves to drink more. Gain the Reaper's Blade. 74.
Oh, the Reaper's Blade. Interesting. Here.
It's a weapon. Would you like to dance or listen to local rumors?
Dance some more!
Going to dancing.
With my blade.
That is 1 success.
My blade makes it
Your
hard
moves
to
are
dance.
clumsy, you almost trip and fall into the fire. Bystanders laugh. Gain 1 and lose 1 green. Listen to local rumors?
Sure, why not?
Refresh 1 of your dice.
Fantastic. Now I shall end my turn. Very successful.
My turn?
No.
Silas's turn.
Refresh an effort die. Alright, I'm down there. I need to go path to the fields. Yes. The path leads back to the fields, then to ashes. It looks a bit more welcoming than some others you've encountered. At the edge of the wood, you notice a wooden platform high in the tree. No rope or ladder leads to it. Investigate the platform or travel to the fields. Don't have something to get me up there. We're traveling to the fields. It's a caravan again. Those foreigners must have lost their way in the woods. We've been in this forest for days. Help us and I will reward you. Mislead them or lead them? I don't know what to do. We were talking about misleading them before. Give them directions. We know what that gives me. Coin and an experience. Alright. Go on to 311. And anytime you travel, I may tick up 1 to tick my green down. No. To tick my red down. So, we're going to go up 1 on this and tick this down twice. 311. And now we're going to talk to the Noon Maiden. Yes. Noon Maiden floats weightlessly among the field. The sun's glare is blinding. What does she want?
We already found out what she wants.
You likely heard the rumors. The Noon Maiden wishes to escape her curse, but you need to know that there's another already willing to help me who tried to summon me with an offering. Alright, with the rooster. They seemed like a capable sort, so first you must prove yourself. She dances away as the sun glare almost blinds you. Catch me if you can.
Oh, interesting.
Catch her or attack.
Interesting.
If she steals my person, I'll be very upset, Shira. You may be broken, but I shall break you more.
I'm going to try to attack her.
Right on the iPad. Great.
6.
2 successes.
She effortlessly dances around your attack. The sun is blinding. I mean you no harm. I promise. Please help me. Gain an experience, please, and lose a red. Okay. I'm not the one who cursed you, the broken one. She effortlessly dances around your attack. But I understand your anger. We are more alike than you think. Who's another one? Okay. Let me try to catch her. Before I did that, should I have moved 1 down? No. 5. 1 success. Probably should have moved 1 down. It's like trying to catch sunlight. Maybe you're not worthy after all. She laughs. Lose a green. Gain an experience, please.
Wow.
Goodness gracious, that's a lot of experience you gained.
Your turn ends.
I would like to move towards the gravestone.
You don't want to go to Lasovic again.
No. I'd like to move over here. Path to the burial grounds.
The path?
Yep.
I'm assuming you just travel. It's a caravan again!
I'm gonna give them misleading directions.
Leader eyes you with suspicion, but nonetheless follows the directions you've given him. You return to your journey, wondering where they might end up. You reach your destination soon after. Go to 308 and interact with another point of interest.
I'm going to interact with a shrine.
Morning shrine? Okay. The old shrine overlooking the cemetery is cold to the touch. Fresh flowers adorning it suggest someone visited recently. But for now it's dormant. Remnants of old offerings litter the ground while the power within the idol waits to be awakened. Make an offering or
bind a spirit.
You are not the one who awakened the shrine. Bad things can happen if you decide to use it.
I feel like you should do it anyway.
Oh, wow, that's fun.
So the interesting thing is the game before, someone else could progress your pathway. Like, you could do something that results in me potentially succeeding. It seems like that is still possible, but there are potential consequences. Like, Shira could have got your spirit, but she had to catch it in the process. I am going to move forward.
And do it anyway?
Yes.
All right.
I just like that they've addressed that complaint, because that was a big complaint in the original. What's it say?
Reciting the old words powered by the awakened shrine, you bind the spirit to your will. You can feel it eager to guide you through the darkest woods. You are ready. You've bound a wandering spirit to guide you. Now it's only a matter of finding the green gate. Discard the savage soul.
Can't help but feel that this will have consequences later.
I love it.
Would you like to make an offering of your red ribbon?
Doesn't want a red ribbon. What kind of the flowers? What type of item are they? They're just flowers.
They were sunflowers.
Yeah.
Shira sold them.
I did sell them.
After getting them for free instead of me having to pick them.
Okay, I'm gonna end my turn. The green.
William Thorne III.
Fresh or die?
Yes.
Where are you?
So I need to get back to the field. So please put me over there to the path to ashes.
Okay, you're moving here?
Mm-hmm.
You know this path, even though you haven't been here for a while. It leads to the village called Ashes and Fields. Small serpent.
Crossroads.
No serpenting?
No, just the crossroads.
A startled deer runs away as you approach. Thick vegetation slowing it down. Ignore it or chase it down. It always gets
Ignore it. Ignore it. I'm so focused.
If you don't know what it means, there's no point in risking following it. You stay on your path. What does it mean? You're soon reaching your destination. Okay.
There's nothing to do here. I shall sit in my wetted pants.
You can go to the crossroads.
Why would I go back?
I don't know.
That seems dumb. I will end my turn.
Okay. Broken. Fresh and effort die. I'm right there. I would like to go up to the crossroads. Yes. Would I like... Ooh, I have a map. I still have my confusing map. This is certainly a map, but it doesn't lead you anywhere. You reach a dead end and must return. No! Where you begin? You turn in!
Wow! That is
Sometimes
fantastic.
it's not good to use a map.
I traveled though, so I can tick something up to get my 2 reds. Tick up 1, 2.
Okay, I'm going towards the field. Come on.
Where?
Towards the field. So,
Where are
path
you?
fields.
Where are you?
I was in the burial grounds,
Yeah,
we're at
okay.
path fields.
Okay. Are you investigating the platform that all of us have ignored?
I tried it.
No,
You tried it, you saw a ladder that you couldn't find.
I'm traveling in the fields.
Would you like to give them directions or mislead them?
I'd like to mislead them.
Okay, gain an experience. Go to 311.
What's there right now?
Path back where you came from, Noon Maiden, and a scrying shrine.
I'd like to go to the Noon Maiden. What does she want?
You likely heard the rumors. The Noon Maiden
Yeah.
wishes to escape her curse, but you
Okay,
need to know
keep
someone
going.
is already willing to help me.
Keep going.
He gave me a rooster.
Yeah.
Seem like a capable restorer, but first you must prove yourself.
keep going.
Catch me if you can.
Okay,
Catch her?
it's green to catch her, so I'm going to start spending my experience. I've got 4 to spend in. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
Catch her?
Yep. Oh, and I'm going to go ahead and discard my red ribbon to gain an additional 2.
If you traveled this turn.
2. Oh my gosh! What the worst roll I could have
2
gotten
successes.
after all of that.
Wow.
What a bad
That's
cycle.
fantastic.
2?
Yeah.
It's like trying to catch sunlight. Maybe you're not worthy after all, she laughs. Tick up a green and lose and gain an experience. Only 1 up.
Yeah, I did.
Your turn ends.
Ugh. Oh,
Brave.
Torrington the
what a
Third.
disgusting turn of events.
I believe you're on 314.
I am, yes. Now I shall go to the fields.
I used my red ribbon and
The
everything.
Noon Maiden awaits.
You're going to down to the Noon Maiden?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Yeah. that
All
makes-
of you people there, get out of the way and
I love
let
that-
me show you how it works.
I love that the game's remembering people more than I feel like it used
A
to.
harvester's blade. Just what I needed to claim this field. Thank you, kind human. I promise that even when the sun is highest, you'll be safe here. She takes the tool and touches the blade with her desiccated hand. Come back tomorrow and I'll do what you ask of me.
Oh.
You
Turn ends.
peasants.
Noon Maiden comes off. None of us can interact with her anymore. Alright, broken. My turn. Man. I'm up there. Crossroads. Yes, please.
I think you should show it your map.
No! Traveling to the lake. Gaggle of young men stumbles along the path, laughing, jugs the meat in their hand with none of the usual caution for traveling through the woods. Join them, drinking, or be on your way.
Everyone is asking for alcohol,
Be on
you
your
know.
way. No time for fun, not yet. There's a quest ahead of you. Leaving them behind, you quickly reach your destination. Get on to 319. Alright. We'll visit Lakeshore. Eerie song echoes over the water. Somewhere from the darkness, you catch no words, but the melody is filled with deep longing. When the song ends, there's an unnatural silence.
Show him your map.
I don't have any music. That won't help. Oh, you have a map. I don't know if my map is good anymore. I have a map. Please accept my map. This is certainly a map, but doesn't lead to anywhere. You dead end, you must turn ends. Oh, gosh. Why was it good for one place and not the rest?
So when you got the map, it did tell you that it was good for the graveyard.
It did, yes, but I love that you keep trying to use your map in multiple locations.
It's your turn. Refresh.
Is it?
Yes,
You
it
went
is.
quick through that.
So
Yeah.
fast.
My turn ends when I use my maps. I don't remember these things. That's why.
How to get onto the flower. I don't know yet. I would like to go here.
Oh, have we not explored that
No.
yet? Where are you? Over here?
Yeah.
Okay. Smoke from a bonfire rises high. Another village. Explore tile 321. The village is called Ashes. Despite the name, it's a friendly place, always welcoming to travelers. Priestess is over there.
That is from the old stuff.
Okay.
Local priestess that oversees the celebrations.
A haunted house.
Rumors say something has made its lair in one of these houses. The owner rarely goes outside these days.
Oh, man. I'll talk to the priestess.
Priestess it is.
Set up the priestess's trade stack. Mead.
So
Okay.
301, 302, 8,
Lots of-
9,
they're all on
and
the three.
6. All of those.
Yeah.
So
301,
302,
302,
306, 308, and 309.
306, and 30.
8 and 9.
8 and 9?
Yes.
Okay. What are my options?
Priestess overseeing.
Oh, Priestess is overseeing a ceremony that is friendly, and here you are. She laughs as she sees you. Been wondering when one of you would show up. You're the first to arrive. Take your reward. Behind her, the fabled Stone of Ashes, glimmering with arcane power. It's said to hold the spirits of priestesses of old. She knows the path to the Green Gate, but it'll cost you 2 coins. Take a look at her talismans. Ask her about an item. Ask her about your destiny. Ask about the stone, or claim your reward.
Claim my reward. Please be worth 2 coins.
Gain Harvest Wreath 51. Here, she hands you a wreath. Take this to Hearthfire to claim your reward. That's right, the Elder wanted the Priestess's wreath.
50 what?
51.
Can I sell this? Yes, you're worth so much. Before each red test, you may refresh 1 purple. That's pretty cool. I would like to... Where's her wares?
Take a look at her talismans.
Okay, wait. Interesting. Okay. I don't want to lose that opportunity. I would like to take a look at her wares.
Take a look at her talismans.
Yeah.
Look at the trade stack.
Yep, I'm selling my Harvest Wreath to her for 3 coins. That'll leave me with 2 coin excess after I choose which one of her small talismans I would like to buy. I'm going to buy the Nightshade. I would then like to pay her 2 coins to ask about the path to Green
She
Gate.
describes the path in detail and makes sure you remember it. You can now travel to a new destination from path Forest Trail and path Hearthfire.
Past Forest Trail and past Hearthfire. Okay. Where are those?
Excuse you?
Yep.
Excuse you? This is not your map!
Hearthfire's here in Forest Trails.
Yeah, I
up there,
figured it out.
think.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
I looked at Shira's. Nice.
Fabled Grove, place 302.
Awesome.
The fabled Fern Gully.
Does that mean
somewhere
everyone
ahead
can
of
go
you.
there, or is it just me that can travel there?
Oh,
That's
I
what
believe we can all go there.
Damn it. Okay.
Green Gate is up there. What would you like to ask her now?
Yeah, she's flipping it over now.
I'd like to ask
Excuse
her.
you.
I'd now like to ask her about the stone.
It's one of a kind, she says with pride. There are many shrines to this god, but this stone is different. It is said to hold the spirits of priestesses past. With proper offering, something ancient or arcane, you can summon those spirits. Claim the spirit? You already claimed your own spirit.
Yeah, but mine doesn't like me. I'd like to ask about my destiny.
I'm not sure what I'm doing up until now. Been wondering. You appear to be ready. Go, the green gate awaits you.
Perfect. Good to know. End turn.
End turn?
Yep.
Okay, West, your turn.
William Thorne III.
Fresh and effort die. When you see her again, she's radiant and more peaceful than before. The field is mine now, she says, beaming, and I will do my best to guard it. But first, I promised you some help, so help you shall receive. When you come to the Green Gate, I will be there to assist you. You found your guide among Witchwood's creatures. Now it's only a matter of finding the Green Gate.
It's so far away.
Where are you at right now, down there?
Yes. I have to take the path to the south.
Path south?
Yes.
Okay. Travel to burial grounds?
Yes.
It's a caravan. Are you going to give them directions?
Yes. So many directions.
I haven't figured out what the
1-1.
consequence of this is yet.
Place your character's miniature on 303. You made progress. You can visit another point of interest there. What would you like to do down here?
Oh. Let's talk to the crone.
I had her headdress.
Ask her about your quest, see what she has for sale, ask her for help.
Ask her for help. Spending 2, 3, and 4.
Turning my map sideways so I don't get tempted to use them again.
Well, that was horrible. I have 1 success.
If you ask for something else, I would help you for only a drink. I would give my word even. Once I give my word, I always keep it, but the flowers must remain in its place. Underhanded as it may be, it looks like getting her drunk first might be a solution.
Well, who happens to have something to drink?
Proper gift for an old woman. Come, let's have a drink together before I help you. Discard the mead. 302. Would you like to drink with her?
Yes.
See what she has for sale, or ask her about your quest?
Drink with her.
Drink with her.
That is a 5. I have 2 successes.
She may seem old and frail, but the hag is tough as an ox. The night is long, the crone has many stories to share. You hear of her youth in faraway lands, of her learning and travels, of the evil she once helped bind beneath Witchwood's roots. You listen until dawn. Once she is deep in her drunken haze, lost in her past, you explain your plight. Your desperation is sincere, even if your intentions aren't. She cries tears of pity and swears she will help you in your search. It is done. Your turn ends. Broken. Ooh. Making much progress. Where am I at? Over there. We are going to the mother. Not much interested in celebrations. Give her a light source.
She doesn't need flame.
Let's hope a little fire won't bother the forest dwellers if it's properly obscured. Well, if it does, I've survived worse. Thank
What?
you. This will do brilliantly.
What?
You have found
She
a witch.
specifically said she did not want flames.
Found a witch willing to help. She will wait until you finish other preparations.
That's bull.
Give
She
her your
denied your
weapon.
candles.
Give her your weapon to enchant.
Ugh, and you have a weapon.
Show her your weapon.
That's pretty cool, though.
That is very cool.
Proper weapon, I see. It will serve you well. Let me work on it for a while. Please come back tomorrow, then you will be armed to face your fate. Your
Wow.
turn ends. I traveled, which means I can tick something up to gain 2 red.
I'm going to go ahead and discard Nightshade. Instead of doing a regular move, I'm going to exhaust a purple die.
What is it? Exhaust. 1 purple die to move to any explore tile.
I'm going to move to the green gate.
Yeah, of course you are.
Of course you are.
So, resin miniature, jump!
Green gate you are.
And please start me on the pathway through the green gate.
Is it the green gate?
By the way, guys, there's so many cards we have not found. It makes me wonder what else we could have done in this pathway.
The green gate. 2 green oaks flank a path you haven't trodden before. You are not foolish enough to attempt to walk it without being prepared. You've bound the spirit. Time to begin. Look into the green gate or go back.
No, I've bound the spirit. Time to begin.
There's no stopping it now.
of
This
course
is your
there's no-
finale.
Yep.
It is time. As you pass the green gate, you feel free. You're close to your goal. Soon the burdens of your life will be lifted and you'll be able to forge your own fate. Force it or empower it.
I'm going to empower it.
You got no red. Look at this red.
It's going to be 3 successes very comfortably.
The subtle spell of encouragement, you encourage your guide to move. Its light brightens a little. Reluctantly it moves. As you follow, you can feel a miasma of dark energy weighing on your shoulders. That's your punishment. The spirit moves are sluggish, but it leads, you follow. Your turn ends.
It's going to take me longer to complete my end, isn't it?
William Thorne III!
I'm worried that he might be able to get ahead of me.
There's no way I'm going to get there that fast.
But you don't have bitter spirits.
In the morning, the crone greets you with a grim silence. You begin to apologize, but she silences you with a wave of her hand. You have tricked me, child. You have cruelly tricked an old woman into giving her word. Once you knew she would keep it, and keep it I will. Bring me your weapon, and I shall enchant it. But know this: you are toying with dangerous things. You found a witch to help. She will wait until you finish other preparations. Concentrate on finding a weapon.
I'm totally fine.
Do you all have a weapon enchanting quest?
Rumors travel fast. The path to the Green Gate could stay a secret. The path to the Green Gate could not stay a secret. Not only the villagers talk about it, but the forest itself does as well. Dwellers of wood, curious to see the outcome of your struggles, subtly guide travelers to this place once forbidden. All is set. You can now travel to a new destination. From path Forest Trail and path Heartfire.
Okay. I must go here, unfortunately. Travel to Heartfire. Give them directions. I love money.
And then you go to 301. What would you like to interact with over here? It's a shame you didn't grab the wreath that he had. That elder wanted the wreath. The elder wanted the priestess's wreath.
Which elder?
This elder.
One.
This elder.
I'm going to go to the village shrine.
Okay.
It's such a beautiful shrine. Dance it is!
Likes dancing.
5. That's 2 successes.
He's gotten better at it.
Refresh one of your dice.
Fantastic.
You dance and sing. Speak with the guards? Or
yes.
Listen to local rumors.
I am speaking with the gods.
Or just let my story progress, because clearly I'm the victor. I don't know what this is used for. I think it's just cool.
I got 4 successes.
You think?
Oh yeah, I'm positive.
4.
Wow. Mm-hmm. This is a special time. Only the most valuable sacrifices can be offered.
Okay, fine. And I will end my turn.
Broken. Refresh a die. I already have them all. The mother finds you in the morning. She looks tired, but her smile is bright. May this serve you well. You take back your weapon, gleaming with magical light. The horrors of the forest will now think twice before trying to stop you. You are prepared. The Green Gate awaits. I am discarding all 3 of my dice. Exhaust them to move to any explored tile.
Oh.
Hi.
Wow.
I'm visiting you.
That's a problem.
Actually, I don't know if I need to do that because I'm on this tile. Path Heartfire. Yeah, I don't need to do that. I need this. Path Heartfire. I'm like, what in the world? Travel to the Green Gate. There we go. Caravan again. Help them, give them directions. Yeah, that's always helpful.
I don't understand the consequence of them. There's got to be something.
Okay.
I think they're broken.
Place your miniature on 302. There we go. I believe that's me. And now let's interact with the Green Gate. The Green Gate, 2 great oaks flank the path you haven't trodden before. You are not foolish enough to attempt to walk it without being prepared.
I'm already here. You don't need to start.
You are armed, ready to begin. Look into the Green Gate. I'm kind of curious what's into the Green Gate.
Show your map.
We're gonna look into the Green Gate. You look into an unfamiliar darkness. You are not foolish enough to attempt entering before you're ready, but you listen, watch, even smell to prepare yourself even a tiny bit more. The forest doesn't welcome you, but you feel it watches with equal curiosity. Return when the time is right.
I think your turn is... Oh, your turn didn't end?
No.
You just got that for nothing?
That's crap.
Wow.
Excuse you? Excuse you. And I've traveled, so I'm going to use this to take hang on, before I take all those rewards. This is up, that was up, this was up. I'm going to tick this up 1, to tick this down 2, and then now I will gain 1, 2, 3.
If you steal my victory.
No, if I steal your victory.
You're not stealing anyone's victory.
Armed, ready to begin. There's no stopping now, it's time. To pass the gate, you feel something, as if a great burden is lifted from your shoulders. Is it your certainty of victory? Must be. The flower awaits, and with it, your dreams. Someone is sitting on a log, waiting for you to approach. It's the mother. Her form flickers and blurs at the edges. You feel sure she's not really there. So that's it. You are finally losing your mind. Care for a word of advice, she asks? Listen to the advice, or ignore the advice and stay sane.
You're not very good at blue.
Not very good at blues.
But look at all those experience things you have.
I know.
But does she want to use them all right now?
Probably a good time.
I'm spending 1. No, they're both blue. I think I'm gonna listen to the advice. We'll roll 3.
Without spending it. She's a very greedy person.
7.
2 successes.
Her eyes are hollow. Her words reveal terrible secrets you will only half remember. You open your eyes. Weren't they open before? You are sitting. You're back against a tree right where you saw the witch. You jump back to your feet, startled. Was that a dream? Impossible. Only the flower can bring back dreams. Lose a blue. Your turn ends. Cool.
My turn. Continue my story.
Something huge is thrashing through the forest, tearing its way through the undergrowth and snapping its branches. You see a suggestion of antlers and dark fur, but you can't get a clear view. You hide the spirit in your hand so its light won't reveal you. Sneak past the creature or distract the creature? Assuming you're sneaking. Or
I'm going to distract the creature.
Okay.
2 successes.
It seems determined to stand in your way, snuffing and sniffing the air. Does it know you're here? You remain frozen in place,
Quackalope.
ready to run if it notices you. Hisses a cold voice from the distance. The creature raises its head and leaves in that direction. Finally, you release the spirit and can be on your way again. It's never safe to be indebted to the things hidden in the woods. Your turn ends.
Oh!
William Thorne the Third.
William Thorne the Third.
I shall also travel the forest path.
Path Forest Trail. Yes.
One behind us.
Are you sure?
Travel to the Green Gate.
It's a caravan again.
Give them directions.
Now they just cannot find where they're going.
They are clearly lost.
302. Where are you?
There.
Oh, we're all around this green gate.
Yes. And I shall enjoy the Green Gate as well. I also will look into the Green Gate.
No, this is it. The dark path is still intimidating, but your time has come. You are ready.
His turn ends.
Yes.
Your guide is waiting. Let's begin. There's no stopping it now. It's time. This is it. The forest surrounding you is unfamiliar, older, and darker.
Ooh.
Your guide is already there, hiding in the shadows at the forest's edge. Welcome, brave one, the Noon Maiden says. Let's get you to your goal. Try not to make it harder than it has to be. You can't help but feel that you're being mocked, and you don't like it one bit. What would you do without your guide? Swallow your pride, or explain how much you've done already?
Well, I've done so much work to get to this point, I think. I've learned something today, and I shall swallow my pride.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna swallow pride.
Yes. And that is
big
2
pride
and 1 and 1. I'm a very big pride swallower. Do I do 4? Yes. Oh my. It was a very poor roll, but enough. I got 4.
Wow.
4.
Yes.
You assure the creature you won't get anywhere without it, that without the help of the dwellers of the wood, no one would be able to reach the flower. You speak only truth. But was it a test of some kind? If so, you must have passed it. You are led through paths you would have never found by yourself, hidden passages, shadowed ravines, tunnels of vines and thorns. You are deep in the forest now. Your turn ends. Broken. Fresh to die. You walk the forgotten paths, doing your best to remain undetected. How do you know where to go? Is it some strange instinct, or is it the half-imagined tug from your weapon that you sense each time the path splits? It would seem the enchantment is guiding you towards your goal. Concentrate on stealth or follow the subtle guidance. I'm going to concentrate on stealth. We're going to spend 2 of these, though. to take this down. 1, 2. Seven, 3. Eyes shine in the darkness, watching, searching, but they find nothing. With years of experience, you are like a shadow among shadows. But as you weave your way through the forest, the enchantment's guidance is easy to miss. Soon you are uncertain whether you feel it at all. All the past seems equally unwelcoming. What now? Find the way. Oh, I'm bad at this one. Okay. 1, 2, 2, 2. I think. Okay. Find the way. Six. 1, 2. You are still far from finding the way, but you feel like you're making progress. Lose 1 and gain an experience. Turn ends.
Me. Don't go slow, my boy.
You arrive at a place where 2 paths cross. There's always magic at crossroads. Sometimes it's helpful. This time it only confuses your spirit guide, who is now unsure of the way. It seems that this time you will have to help it instead. You might know a suitable spell. A ritual object should invigorate
I gave it to that dumb forest guy. Can I have it back? Blue. That is 3, 4, 5, 6. That is going to be 4 successes. Don't check me. Stop it.
Words of power, once learned from the Witches of the Coven, a guiding spell to cast when the path splits. Harnessing the arcane energy is exhausting, but it breathes new life into your ghostly guide. Its glow is stronger as it starts to move again. Now it knows where to go. Your turn ends.
Come on.
William Thorne the Third.
Refresh the die.
Yes.
Watching your guide, you begin to realize what it means to be a creature of the Witchwood. Creature traverses the treacherous path with no effort. Tangled branches aren't no obstacle. Streams and ravines might as well not be there, but for you it's already difficult to follow. Did you bring a light source?
I didn't. I mean, I have this summer wreath.
It's got candles
It's
on it.
bright. I don't know if it's enough of I could wear it around my neck.
Didn't you give the lantern away?
Never told me to discard any of my things.
I'm gonna try. Let's see what happens.
Convenient.
It might be a glitch, but it didn't tell me to discard anything. Your guide flinches at the light, but at least the path is clear to see. Oh, it used a light. You're already exhausted, and yet you feel the worst is still to come. Discard it. Turn ends.
Your guide flinched at it, though, because you're not supposed to bring fire into the woods, remember?
This is true.
Just refresh an effort die. You still don't know where you are. The faint pull of the enchantment seems to have returned, or is your mind playing tricks on you? You feel the enchantment's pull. Oh god, do I use my weapon now?
Really?
You trust the spell, put on your weapon, and follow its delicate guidance. It takes time, but you finally reach something resembling a path. Your turn ends. Bride. Getting close, the spirit darts forward, zigzagging among the ancient trees, following a path you couldn't even see without its aid. But as it gains speed, you start to lose sight of it. Order it to slow down or chase it.
Ho ho ho!
Chase it. I can't afford slowing. 4, 5, 2 successes.
You barely see it now and the panic starts to set in. If it takes one more turn, you'll be alone here with no clue where to go. But suddenly it stops. Nebulous tendrils of shadow hamper its progress and giving you a chance to catch up. As soon as you do, the shadows are gone. A momentary chill passes over you as they dissolve, leaving you with no answer about their origin. You follow the spirit undisturbed until before you, light shines through the branches. The forest edge! You're so close! But there are consequences for every action.
No!
You should know that. Cruel laughter resounds, silhouettes flicker all around you. The one who tried to steal another's destiny in tones of voice, certainly not human. It thought itself free from punishment.
Oh!
Your turn ends.
What? What's going on?
William Thorne the Third.
I have my own destiny. I just steal no
Your
one.
pursuers are nowhere to be seen. It's the final stretch of the path, says the Noon Maiden. You have helped me, I have helped you. I shall leave now. Her tone changes. But first tell me, why did you do this? You are clearly brave, facing Witchwood's darkness. Why the flower? It's so others would see, or I will never be truly brave otherwise.
It's so others would see... No. Oh, this is a terrible decision. I know the answer is going to go. There's both correct. It's so not good. Let's see here. Oh, I don't know. Let's go. I will never be truly brave otherwise.
Yeah?
No, it's so others would see. Yes. Yes, that's fine.
So others would see?
Yes, it's so terrible, but true.
All for admiration, then. It's not for my kind to judge. My kind sees your destiny, and you have earned our assistance. Go, follow your destiny. The creature disappears without a trace. Ahead of you, light shines through the cover of leaves. You are so close. Your turn ends. Broken. It is waiting for you, you're certain. A thing of bone, wood, and horn. A strange amalgamation held together by magic. Does it have a will of its own, or is it just a puppet bound to some other hidden master? It rears up, ready to pounce on you. Your weapon. Do you have it still? I still do. Defend yourself. A weapon made to fight monsters, enchanted to be deadlier still, but only as deadly as the hand that wields it. Strike. Oh!
You're pretty good at red.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a point in even taking this down right now? I don't think so. I'm going to spend this to take this one down 1 and 1. And we're rolling this. Come on, guys. 3, 6, 7.
4 successes.
4 successes. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's usually not enough. You strike once and it crumbles. All that remains is a pile of broken twigs and shards of bone. After all the preparations, you expected something more dramatic, maybe? Or maybe it's simply a testament to the power of your weapon's enchantment. Your turn ends.
What's happening to me?
You rush forward, but right at that instant, they block your way. A circle of dancing maidens with eyes full of stars. Look! It's the one who tried to steal another's destiny.
Yeah, I'm going to slip past them. 9, 4 successes. I get through them.
Wow.
They try to reach you with their claws, but you're too fast. They wail and cry as they break off their pursuit, clearly deeming your punishment insufficient. Once alone, you realize just how exhausted you are. Just a moment of rest. Your goal is so close. Turn off.
Oh, this
William Thorne the Third!
It is slowing me down so much.
You walk through the fern grove, knee deep in the green grass. Many eyes watch you from the forest shadows, but you pay them no heed. You have already proven yourself. In the center of the grove, the fern flower burns with magical light. You take it into your hand. Speak your wish, sir! You state what you wish, with all your dwellers of the woods as your witness. When you return to the village, you return a hero! Your courage beyond question! William Thorne III, wins the game.
The midsummer,
had 2 people helping
the
him.
midsummer rites are over. The bonfire ashes are cold.
Huzzah!
Folks have returned to their usual lives, preparing for another harvest. But this year, a story was born. A story of a young warrior who ventured into the darkest woods to prove his bravery and returned holding the fern flower in his hand. The brave, they call him afterwards, but it was not the only story that was born in those days. There were others. A story of a woman who believed the fern flower could restore her dreams. She came back, changed from her quest, somehow, through some strange music, dreaming again, even though her dreams were only of the forest and its strange inhabitants. Filled with new determination, she vowed to fully break her curse, believed there must be another way. A story of tomorrow's bride, who risked all to defy her father's will. As she returned alive from Witchwood's darkness, her father cried tears of joy. Seeing his daughter alive and awed by her strength and determination, he allowed her to break off the engagement. She has enough wit and skill to lead any life she wishes.
Never really wanted.
And I couldn't stop her if I tried. People love a good love story. There was much rejoicing that this year's rites provided a new one. Only the witches didn't share the overall joy. They felt their wards and protective circles weakened in the days that followed. They felt in the heart of Witchwood beating stronger, and they were worried. The crone knew, of course, but hesitated to tell the others how she was tricked into lending a hand. Instead, she looked to the horizon with hope, waiting for a sign of flame. End scenario. Exit to main menu. Did you enjoy playing Destinies?
Yes.
Please consider rating it. Yes.
It'll take you... No, don't do that.
That's a gameplay of Destinies Witchwood West.
That was very entertaining.
Jesse, you took a nap. It sounds very in line with who you are.
That sounds like someone probably shouldn't have stolen someone else's method.
Shira and I have already talked about our opinions on this game. You can find those videos. Let's end the video with West saying your thoughts. We're just going to leave it with you. You can sign off whenever you want.
So I definitely enjoyed the game. I thought it was a lot of fun. I think it definitely has a very intuitive app, which was very nice. A lot in the app still, but the board was important, which was good because you would lose track of where your people were otherwise. I definitely found the storyline very compelling, and all of the pieces meshed well, especially things that you did mattered, which I think is the most important thing about these types of games, especially if you're using an app. If the choices you make don't matter, then it's not a good game, and I think this really pushed that effort to the nth degree, so I definitely enjoyed it. And with that, I say, get out and do the important thing. Play some games. Huzzah! William Thorne III. Brave, as always.